What's up? Happy Halloween, ghosts and ghoulettes! Welcome back to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Plus, all right, and the show is now live in YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, of course. And so check out our website. That's timelessgamers.com. And for all of your comments, suggestions, insults, death threats, hey, sure, trick or tweet, guys. Go to the email address, which is timelessgamers.show at gmail.com. Okay, and of course, the audio version of our show is still available in Spotify and all of the major platforms out there where you usually get your podcasts. And of course, on the last time here in the Timeless Gamer Show, we discussed the video games that heavily featured mechs and big ass robots. All right. So if you're keen on knowing on what we picked for that particular episode, you know what to do. You know where to go. For this very timely special episode of the Timeless Gamer Show. Hey, it's Halloween, guys. Well, must be October 31st somewhere. Still. All right. November 1st, of course, a Day of the Dead, yada 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 yada. Hey, we're doing a Halloween special for this occasion, of course, and we chose to do a movie review. Okay. In this case, it's Resident Evil back in 2002. The first movie, the first theatrical film, okay, starring Milla Jovovich and Michelle Rodriguez. All right. And this episode has been brought to us by Sir Jose right there, which, speaking of which, let's reintroduce the panel for tonight. Sir Jose.
Hey guys, welcome to this episode where we will be reviewing the 2002 movie Resident Evil. It's a polarizing movie for a lot of people, so we'll see what the panel thinks.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Jose. And of course, Sir Joel.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. Happy Halloween, happy All Saints, and happy All Souls Day to everybody. Welcome to the Timeless Gamer Show. We are going to be discussing the Resident Evil movie for this episode. Like Jose says, a lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it. Let's find out what everybody's opinion is on it, not just here in the panel and also in the chats. Let us know how you feel about it. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you for that, Sir Joel. And of course, returning back to the show, Retrovabs.
Hey guys, happy Halloween, or if you're in Australia, happy 1st of November. We'll be talking, yes, like they said, we'll be talking about the first Resident Evil game that came out in 2002. So I'm very excited to see what everyone's opinions on, especially Joe's opinion.
Right, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Sir RV, what we call it. And of course, representing One Up Quest, returning again for the show, Sir Mark.
Hi guys, I'm trying to be an NPC. Hi guys, welcome to Timeless Gamers. I'm Ajusi of One of Quest. I hope you guys are doing great. We are having our Halloween special, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Mark. And of course, making his Timeless Gamers first appearance, another guest panel for tonight, Sir Juan. Not to be confused with the other one. This is a new one.
And I slowly sneak in.
There you go.
Well, hi, everybody. Well, welcome to this episode. My first time being here, so I'm actually excited to talk about Resident Evil, the movie released in 2002. Ready to hear what everybody's opinion is, if they like it, didn't like it. So let's get it cracking. I'm ready for this.
All right. Ready. All right, guys. So before we get to it, let's do some show and tell. In this segment, we just show and brag our acquisitions, whether it's physical, digital, whether it's games, music, books, movies, anything geeky related. Hey, let's start with Sir Jose. What you got for the class?
Let's see. I got a couple games and a couple Blu-rays. I picked up Pokemon Zeta A Legends.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mat that came with it, but I don't too lazy to go get it. I got A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead for the PS5.
Oh, there's a game of that? Okay.
Yeah, it was $10, so I was like, why not? Oh, he's not here, but the homo would be so proud of me.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I got Shinobi.
I was waiting
Shinobi for the Xbox?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. They did. Hashtag Xbox, the new home of gaming.
The new home of gaming. What?
Yeah. And then we got Sailor Moon season 4 on Blu-ray.
I thought that was you in your Halloween costume.
It is. No, season 5. And then the 3 movie collection.
Nice.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. This is the Crystal series, right?
No, this is the original.
Oh, the original. Oh, even
Mhm.
better. There you go. Nice. I have to admit, the Sailor Moon Crystal series was very good as well.
It was.
Is that the one including the lesbians and the transvestites?
Yes.
Uncensored. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. This one is
Nice.
the one with them.
hmm
Nice.
It's the one that never came out here.
Of course. I mean, the censors are having a field day when that came out.
Mhm.
Lesbians and transvestites. Oh no. FCC will not approve. All right. Anything else, Jose?
No, that's it
That
for
was
me.
it? All right. Thank you for that. How about Sir Joel? What you got for the class?
Oh, nothing too video game related. Well, first one is extremely related to today's topic. Since since the topic was suggested, I remembered that I did have the complete Resident Evil collection on Blu-ray, and I went for the Steelbook edition. I didn't even crack it open yet. I just went for the digitals. I do have the digital copies in the backlog. So the Resident Evil collection has 6 movies inside of it. I think that's all of it, right, Jose?
Yeah, I
All
think
6
so.
movies. It
For
doesn't
this
have.
series.
It doesn't have the what do you call this? The animated series though. So it's just the movie collection. I went for the Steelbook edition. Someday in the future, this will be worth a lot of money because they are going all digital now. And once the EMP hits, that's all going to be going away. So this is lost media in the future. Best Buy has the special Project Pop Art limited edition Steelbook version. So that's what I went for. And
That and the
no,
fact that Best Buys don't sell movies no more.
well, that's true. That's true. That's very true. Best Buy has completely done away with the physical movies, and I think digital as well. I don't think they left the digital movie market as well, right, Jose?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So one or the other. Yeah. So they've completely done away with the movie section, and this came out in Target this past week. So something that is toy related. Transformers: Age of the Primes, which has all 4 Transformers inside of it: Ultra Magnus, Autobot Bumper,
Nice.
Horrible, and Nemesis Prime. I'm only intimately familiar with Ultra Magnus, and that's the main reason I got it for. I love anything Ultra Magnus from the Transformers. It doesn't matter what iteration it is, as long as it's Ultra Magnus, I'm all for it, and I'm gonna get it. But it has all these other figures in this included as well. One is a rip-off Bumblebee, one is a rip-off Optimus Prime, and I think the horrible one is just a new character overall. So that's what I got for this week. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too video gamey, but semi-related nevertheless. Back to you, Joe.
All right. Sir Joel has the white Ultram, the white Optimus Prime.
Yes, White
All right.
Optimus Prime, as a lot of people do refer to him. Yes.
And speaking of showing his love for the lesbians and the transvestites, Sir Viraj.
Yes. What's going on? I
There
ain't
you
got nothing. I ain't got nothing as a pickup. Yeah,
That's fine.
But no, this should be a good show. I actually watched. Do you know what the funny thing is? You guys asked me to watch the film. I saw this film I saw Resident Evil in the cinemas when it first came out because I was so excited. And I remember who I went to see it with, my dear friends in school. That's how long ago it was. And
Boyfriend.
I liked all of them were boys. All of them were boys. No girls came. But there were like 3. I think I bought the trilogy afterwards on DVD, and then I think I bought like the 4th movie on Blu-ray on its own, and then I just gave up on the series afterwards. And you understand. But no, it should be an interesting review looking at this retrospectively, because I've watched it again. I watched this movie in like 10 years or something. So it's interesting just re-looking at this film, thinking, oh, okay, that was interesting for its time. But we'll get to the review later on. But yeah, glad to be here, and we'll see how this episode goes. Back to you guys.
Anything to show and tell?
I told you I got nothing, man. What do you think I'm
Nothing.
Nothing. To be honest, I buy a lot of stuff. You know, I buy a lot of stuff, but it's like not like for me. It's for other people.
Yes,
that's something else. I can't really be. I'll actually buy more games than anyone here. Arguably.
That's true. That's
All
very
right.
true.
But it's
Logically
not.
speaking, yeah, that's true.
There are a lot of pickups I have, but they're all on my X account under Bygone Games.
It goes into his sales inventory.
Goes
That's
into my inventory. But we'll see. All right, guys, back to you guys.
Or Grinder account. How about Sir Juan? How about ya?
All right. Well, I only got a couple items I was able to grab. So the first one, we were talking about it earlier. You can see it, the Capcom Fighting Collection.
Capcom Fighting Collections 2.
Nice one.
So, and this one holds, one of my favorite Street Fighter games of all time, Capcom vs. SNK 2.
Mhm.
And my game of choice to kick Jose's ass all the damn
Oh,
time.
yeah. Last time he lost.
That was Street Fighter 4, not Capcom vs. SNK 2. Shh. The next thing I got, and it's a part of my favorite game series of all time.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear
So,
Solid.
Number 3.
Started playing it, and the new style that they introduced is really crazy. It's totally different from the PS2 version.
Oh.
But you also have the option to play the original style, like button setup. And then the next one, I mean, the same thing Jose had, Pokemon ZA.
Oh, yeah.
So far I've been playing it. It's an amazing game. And then what he didn't want to show because he was being fucking lazy
Yeah.
is the map.
That's the map.
The map that came with it.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
That's nice.
But I don't want to put it on my computer desk because I have a fat mat of Vegeta. Don't want to replace that. And then the last thing that I got that was recent, and I showed you guys, was my GameCube controller for the Switch. And for all that, I mean, and if we're gonna do more things, I mean, since we were talking about wrestling, so me and my son got these the Jey Uso Yeet.
You mean
wristbands.
Uso Yeet? Oh.
I thought that was weed on the fucking shirt.
Oh. Yeet,
Yeah,
not
they had-
weed.
Yeah,
Don't look like though.
they had it was like a limited edition shirt for when I took him to Raw, and it was like his California themed shirt, and it said "Yeeting ain't easy." And that's all I have for now.
All right, very
All
cool.
right. Thank you for that, Sir Juan. Speaking of being a WWE fan, how about retro vibes? What you got for the class?
Hello. I just want to shout out to Sir Juan. There was some pretty cool stuff there. You may actually WWE came to Perth, which I'm from, couple weeks ago. So I actually got the John Cena limited edition one, which I showed on the program 2 weeks ago.
And that's the that's the one that that's the one that set up the Raw that I went to that had all the title matches and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was good. But I'll show you what I got. I thought I'd try and find the like a really old I guess an older game that I would say it's similar to I guess what we're talking about today. It's called Metro. Whoops. Metro. Metro 2033.
Oh,
It's a first-person shooter. It's like a survival horror game. Kind of like the topic that we're kind of talking, like, it's kind of like a horror action, Resident Evil. So it's a good game.
okay.
It's actually on the Xbox 360. I got, believe it or not, I had an Xbox 360 at one time. So there you go.
Based on a book.
Yes,
Yes,
it.
that's
Yeah,
true. That's true. I still
Really?
have to read that series. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you for that.
Kind of like how The Witcher
RV.
was, right, Jose? The Witcher was a book series first,
Yeah.
and then it got turned into video games, and now it's become a Netflix series.
Trash.
Anyway, continue,
So,
Joe.
yeah.
How about Sir Mark? What do you got for the class?
Yeah, mine is lame as always.
No, it's
It's not,
not. Will you stop?
it's
Nothing
not
too lame around
topic
here.
related, but I have here is Digimon figures that
Oh,
I
nice.
bought recently from
Mm.
Shopee. I'm
Mm.
like, I need to have these.
Oh, he was right. It was
Also,
lame. No, I'm just
Which one? Which one?
No, no.
Okay,
and
which one are those?
we have Gatomon, which is decapitated. I don't know why. Uh,
Oh
we have
Captain.
yeah.
Headless
I
one.
forgot this dude.
no.
Oh,
Gabumon.
shoot. It's at the tip of my
Gabumon. I
tongue.
think it's Gabumon.
Gabumon.
Yeah, it's
Are you
Gabumon.
Gabumon?
Mhm.
Yeah. We have Tentomon, Patamon, and
Patapon.
Cactus Lady Man. I don't Cactus Lady Girl. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. If like you guys are saying before, if it's Digimon or Pokemon, it's Digimon all the way for me. But of course, Pokemon have this special place in my heart. So yeah, that's all.
And they all do. They all do.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Mark. Rooting on for the Digimon guys. Um, for me, um, I got a couple from our local CEX. I got a PSP of Popo Lacroix. How do you say this? Popo Lacroix or Popo Lacroix? Popo
Mm.
Lacroix.
Apple Claw.
It's French.
Oh, then
And
yeah.
then the PS5 copy of Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth,
Nice.
and
Hmm.
discounted prices, of course. And then the latest release for this October, you got Final Fantasy Tactics, Evil's Chronicles for the
Oh, very cool.
PS5.
Mm.
Got this one sealed, and of course, I didn't even realize. I'm aware that this was coming out, but I didn't realize it was coming out yesterday. So I didn't. I forgot to pre-order this one. So Tales of Celia remastered. I got a PS5 copy right here. Took me a while to find a shop that sells one, a physical copy, and I found the latest. The nearest shop is about 20 minutes drive away. So of course I had to do it. I'm like, God damn it, Namco Bandai. All right, fine. It's a Tales game, of course. I have to do it. All right. That's all from me. So
And before we proceed, I want to acknowledge in the chats, Chino, Notch, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. Part of the G3 podcast. Very, very happy that you're here during your, if I remember correctly, your holiday hiatus for now. And yeah, enjoy the show. We are talking about Resident Evil, the movie.
all right. Hi sir, hi Sir Notch. Alrighty. And of course, we also got Sir Dan Dice there over there,
Oh, Dan, of
and
course. Dan is
and
Dan
Sir
is always
and
there,
Sir
and we're
Marlon.
happy to
Hey,
have
hey,
him.
hey.
Oh yeah, they're always happy to have these guys. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, so let's get on to it. Resident Evil. I'm sorry. Resident Evil.
There you go.
Alright.
That's it. Proper introduction.
Proper
The
introduction.
movie.
Okay. The movie. So the title, of course, guys, does that. I mean, doesn't not really need that much of an introduction. Change the game, especially for the PS1. Okay, not necessarily the first one of its genre, but they did coin in the term survival horror. Okay, a lot of people think that Resident Evil was a pioneer for that. No, not really. They just came up with the term. But there's a lot of games that that came out before that
Right.
survival horror is just they were the first. Capcom was just the first people who coined the term survival horror. But the first game came out like what 97 or 96, 96, 97 around that time. The first one for the PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
and then huge hit, of course, for those thrill seekers out there. and then Resident Evil 2 came out, and then
That was the one.
big success as well, and then you got Resident Evil 3. Okay,
Nemesis.
in the span of like what 4 years,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
the trilogy, very much a big success for the PlayStation One. If anything, only solidified the PlayStation One as the best during that generation of gaming, of course. And then obviously, when a certain gaming franchise like this becomes popular, talks of having a movie is always on the table. And for some reason, it took them for a while. Capcom had made the talks. A movie was released back in 2002, and
Right.
I'm gonna ask all of the people here about their first encounter with Resident Evil and the movie itself. Okay, in my case, my brother was the one who's been the Resident Evil fan. Okay, I watched him play first before I got the chance to play on the PlayStation One. Okay, so he will play his Resident Evil first, and then I'll play my JRPGs. Okay, so and for what I know about about the Resident Evil series 1, 2, and 3, anyway, uh, when the movie came out back in 2002, I was already in second year in college, because there was no internet at the time. So the only way you'll only know that a movie like this is coming out would be like what, movie posters and looking at trailers from other movies, the previews, right? So me and my brother went to see this in the on the cinema, 2 decades plus ago. And I remember I remember it. The overall reception about this movie was pretty much mixed, and to me, it's all about the expectations. Really, I was one of those people who saw the movie and said, what the hell was that?" Initially, initially, and like I said, it was expectations. And this is coming from the person who don't really know that much lore in Resident Evil, but I only knew Resident Evil from the first 3 games that I saw my brother was playing. And even I can tell this is where's the Resident Evil characters that I superficially know. You know what I mean? But anyway, how about let's go to Sir Joel. Up, muty.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right, go.
Good.
I was about to say, it's about the same experience as you, Joe. Honestly, I know of Resident Evil, the game series. I have played the first one. The first one was hard, and but it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the sense of dread that the game had overall from the time it was on PlayStation 1, and it came out on PC as well. I got that one during the time,
Yeah.
special
Yeah,
edition on
ported,
the
yes.
PC. Yes, they ported it for PC. I know Joy hated it because of the fact that it had tank controls, but I was able to manage, and it was a pretty good mm, distillation of the George Romero type of zombie, the shuffling mounds of horror that you see. It's not the running zombie. Those are cheating. That's cheating as a zombie. Running zombies are cheating. But yes, so yeah, the first Resident Evil game was good. I wanted to get into Resident Evil 2, but I got into so many other genres during that time. So when I saw the movie and when I watched it the first time, it your unofficial sources, as we used to call them back,
Yes.
buy a DVD in a banqueta somewhere in the palenque, you watch it at home and you see shadows of people crossing the screen, the movie screen.
Bootleg.
Yeah.
That's how
I
we
think
did it
oh,
before.
Jose is laughing because I know that
Mhm.
he's experienced that as well. So
He's the one recording it.
yes, precisely. Jose was probably the one in the cinema with the camera surreptitiously, doing that. But yeah, I saw it that way, and I have to say, much like you, Joy, said, this only has very superficial ties to the game that I actually played. The mansion is there, the T virus is there, the fact that they generally have the idea of shuffling mounts of horror there, yes, but it was only very tangentially connected to the video games from what I realized that it was very much panned, and I kind of went with it during that time, but I've grown, but a certain appreciation of it has grown in me throughout the years. But that's my initial take on it. Back to you, Joe.
All right. How about you, Sir Faraj? First encounter with the movie and the game.
I played it back on Sega Saturn.
Oh yeah, it did come out on their Saturn. Yeah,
the same day, is it? So I played it at my cousin Yuvi's house all those years ago, and I thought this looks a bit blocky. I didn't like the graphics because obviously they were still learning to make games in 3D.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So I watched it, but what I did find quite terrifying was the atmosphere of the game. And so I was 10 years old watching this game being played at the time. So I never played it. I watched someone play. Resident Evil 2 I played on PlayStation. That was my first time actually playing a Resident Evil game. It was number 2. Now this movie, you know, what I find really interesting about it is it incorporates elements of number 1 and 2. All right, listen there. Let me be honest. Yeah, it's lunchtime in the UK. That's what I mean. All right, nothing to do with homosexuality, man. I'm trying to eat some food. Homosexuality with me, you want to eat some food. Anyway, so. Well, Resident Evil 2, that Resident Evil 1 and 2 had a lot of like influence on the film itself. Like the liquor creature is in the film, as you see. So whilst I know the film gets a lot of criticism because you're going to get the diehard fans of the franchise saying, "Oh, why did they do this? Why couldn't they make the film like the movie?" Well, sorry, the game the film like the game. Sorry, the film like the game. Why can't it be like literally? Why can't they transplant the story, the source material, into the movie? And I think the reality is it just doesn't work. Yeah, there's many segments in the game where there's a lot of nothing happening. And with a film, you have to sort of have a story and a plot that makes sense where you can follow it. So, yes, you know, it starts off in this mansion, you know, yes, you've got that. And then you got the underground thing, which they've made, and they've sort of used a lot of creative license as to where they're going to build this world. And that's what Paul W.S. Anderson did when he was creating this. Obviously, it's centered around the Alice character, and you know, you have obviously this group of people that are going in there to see what's gone wrong. And I don't want to get too much into it because obviously you're going to want to talk about the film in detail as well. But my first encounter with the film is me and my friends went to see it in the cinemas, as I said earlier, when it came out. Because we were excited for it. And obviously I was how old was I then? 16? Thereabouts when it came out. So we're teenagers, like we see, oh, that's the chick from Fifth Element. She's in this. Oh, this would be fun.
She was, yeah.
Yeah. Milla Jovovich, right? And I obviously, I watched her. And
she grew up.
She grew up. Well, she was active in Fifth Element. She was always growing up. But I liked the film. And I thought, okay, because I liked her in the film. And for what it was good. Let me just put it out there. It's not going to be some sort of, arts film or something. It's just going to be an action film centered around a story around it. And yes, there are things that they could have done better. And I'm sure all of you are going to have your criticisms in regards to this film, the story, the plot holes, and you ask questions in regards to this. I think another thing that you struggle with video games is the plot is typically wafer thin, and you have to sort of explain it to the audience. And before the film even begins, it tells you about the Umbrella Corporation and how much influence they have in the world, in terms of how like 9 out of 10 people have their products and what they are and all this other crap. So that's all laid down for you to follow. So I think in terms of storytelling, you sort of understand what's going on here. So I think they did a good job in that regard. However, yeah, some of the acting could have been better. Maybe the way that it was edited and the story being stitched together could have been better. But I think all in all, it's a decent film for what it is. But the problem is, this film was designed in a sense because they wanted to franchise it and they wanted to have a sequel after it. So it's not a story that has a conclusion at the end, as we all know how it ended. We know there's going to be another film and another film and another film. So when you create a film open-ended like that, you're going to have issues because it hasn't quite finished the story. And I think that put a bit of taste in a lot of people's mouths. And again, the fans of the video games, obviously they're going to have their issues with the film. Yeah. But that's because I think a lot of them lack the maturity to understand the greater picture, which is the film world is different and the video game world is different. That's why they're going to be different. So that's my thoughts on that. Generally, in a nutshell.
How about Sir Jose? First encounter with the game and the movie.
The first game I played wasn't even the first one. It was Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
I borrowed it from a friend in junior high, and I'd never played anything like it. And I think it was a while after that I got the first one, and I fell in love with it. The first one's probably like my favorite game. Like it's up there in my top 10 favorite games. I play it like at least once a year. I play it on all different versions because I have the PS1, the 3 PS1 ones. I have the GameCube one. I have it on DS. I have the PC version, so I'm always playing it. And then the movie, when it came out, I remember being excited. I remember being so excited that like me and my friend went to go watch the movie like directly after school. So we're like sitting there with our backpacks still, watching the movie. And thinking back to what I thought then, I think I was just so excited about the fact that there was a Resident Evil movie that I didn't really nitpick it as much, especially being a kid. So I watched it and I loved it. I still love this movie. And yeah, like you look at it now and you do see like parts of like, what's this? What's that? Like, why did they do this? Where's the characters from the game? But like Raj was just saying, like, if you translate the story, there's not really that much. There's a lot of like you just walking around trying to do stuff. No one wants to watch that. Plus, when it comes to like adaptations of like video games or anything like that, do you really want like the same thing that happens to happen? Like you're gonna know. I feel like it needs to be changed a little, which is what they did here. So it's not completely the same because like literally you're gonna go watch it and be like, oh okay, I played the version of this and now I just watch someone do it, like basically like almost like you're watching like someone play a let's play or something like that. But I like this movie. I like its sequels. I have yet to see the last one though, for some reason. I don't know why. But
Afterlife?
Yeah. But I like it. Is it the best movie? Possibly. For me at least. I see Sir Mark over there. But yeah, whoever's next.
All right. How about Sir Juan? First encounter with the game and the movie.
Well, the first time I saw the movie was on VHS. Joking.
Oh shit!
No. I saw it maybe like a week after.
What's VHS, Grandpa?
Something. If you're not old enough to understand, then you don't need to know.
It was one of the halves of the Betamax versus VHS war back in the
What Betamax?
days. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Take it back.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Continue, Sir Juan.
So my first encounter with the movie was a week after like it released in theaters. So I went with like a group of friends, new group of friends, because I moved to a new area at the time. I liked it, but from playing the game, I'll go back to from when I played the game for the first time. It was in a very, very dark room. Game scared the shit out of me. I was jumpy as hell. I'm like, holy crap! I would say one of the first game. There's another game that's made me jumpy, but Resident Evil, yeah, that had me all over the place. Plus, two, I had to leave the damn thing on because I didn't have a memory card.
There you go.
But from playing, the game and then watching the movie, like I just already instantly saw that there was very minimal things that was related to the game. So you had the mansion, the T-virus, the zombies, the zombie dogs, and everything that that came with it. But knowing that the original vision of the game was supposed to have characters from the game in it, and then they completely switched it once Romero was kicked off from the script, and they went with who they went with, and he completely changed
Wes
it.
Anderson, yeah.
So was I happy about it? No, because I wanted to see the Chris Redfield, the Barry, the Jill Valentines, the Wesker.
Right.
I
You
wanted
wanted the
to see
Jill
that.
sandwich.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. But
Who
you know
doesn't?
what? I will take Milla though as a character in the series because I do like her as an actor, and as Viraj says, she was in The Fifth Element, and I fucking love that movie. It's like my favorite movie of all time when it comes with her in it. But to continue on that, I wish they would have did more about the game, in the movie, explain more. But I also, reading and, all the little fun facts that you can find online about the movie. I see why they did what they did, because a point that was brought up is like, if they bring in characters from the game and they kill them off, people are going to get pissed off. And that's, yeah. Why would you want to see, Barry, within 5 minutes into the movie, he's just gone. It's kind of fucked up. But as the series progressed, then yeah, they added more. And yes, 1 was a good movie, but I would have to say Apocalypse was a good one because that's when they introduced Nemesis. And throughout the series, slowly you started getting more characters from the game in.
All right.
That's my rant for now.
That's the rant for now.
Yeah.
Before we go to Sir Mark's encounter with the game and the movie, might as well read Sir Mark. Could you please read Sir Chino's rant?
So Sir Chino said, all cinematic adaptation changed the plot here and there, but the RE movies went way behind what was expected. We don't need a shot per shot copy of the game because, again, cinematic changes, but at least for me, I'd appreciate it more. What they did instead was highlight an unknown character as the protagonist and just place 30% of the plot and umbrella brand. Oh crap.
Oh crap! All right. Your first encounter with the movie and the game, Sir Mark. Go on ahead.
Well, it brings back so much memories. The Resident Evil game. At first, I've seen it from a computer shop near our school. Okay, the CD Resident Evil 1, where Chris is something like this. Yeah. I don't know why he's like that. And also, he looks like a zombie from the cover. So I was like, is he a zombie? Is he the protagonist or what? Then eventually, dude, yeah.
I just
And
read
eventually,
something that said that that's not even Chris.
who?
Yeah,
Who's that guy?
it's just some just random guy.
Yeah, he
Random
looks
guy.
like.
Maybe
I
he's
don't know.
infected. He's just been infected. Let's say he's been fighting the zombies. He's just a random bystander. He's got a gun. He's fighting the zombie. He's been bitten, and that facial expression is him getting infected by the virus and transforming into
Yeah,
that monster.
exactly. Then when there's a dude who played that game exactly, I was watching him and the intro was so cool. I was copying or what do you call this? Doing that outside the computer shop. So like the Chris Redfield intro, the what's that again? Jill Valentine, Barry Burton, etc. Then all of a sudden, this guy is playing as well Chris Redfield. He can control it well. The first zombie gets him over and over again. I was like, I, I was so disturbed, and I'm like this. And
Well,
anyway,
at least
as
they
for the
pulled one
game,
good thing from the movie because Michelle got bit so many times, just like you're saying about Chris Redfield. She couldn't avoid the zombies.
yeah. And also, as for the movie, I watched it from a field trip way back 20. No. That was second year high school when we are going home. And me and my classmates were like, oh, okay, this is a Resident Evil movie. I don't know that there's a movie for Resident Evil. Then we were like, okay, we are going to watch it and we are going to point that's Chris, that's Claire, that's Jill, but they are not in the movie. we were like, okay, who's that girl? What's her name? She's Alice. Who's Alice? Also, also from the movie, there's that what do you call this? The leaker monster that evolved. Does the virus do that to the leaker? I don't know. So yeah, I have so many questions from the movie. It's not that what do you call this? Faithful to the game. Also, if you are going to ask me if I'm happy with the movie, yes, I am happy with the movies. It's my stress reliever. I watch it every week actually. Also, except for the game, I haven't finished the Resident Evil 1. Not even once. So yeah, that's for me.
Stress reliever. All right. You know what? After rewatching this movie, yeah, it's my stress reliever too. Specifically one scene, but Sir Jose knows that. How about how about Sir RV? First encounter with the movie and the video game.
Yeah, I played one and two, and they scared the hell out of me. And I, and then roundabout when the movie, then I watched the movie, the first one, and I was kind of like, so Mark, like, who's Alice? They're not in. They're not in. The movie is kind of loosely based on these video games, so. I think for me, when I first watched the movie, I was like still in elementary, and um, uh, I liked it. Having rewatched it, I think last week to prepare for this, it still holds up. I still think it's a good movie. But I'm excited to hear what everyone else thinks. Me personally, one particular scene when I was doing my research, one thing that I really thought was really cool was when the laser scene. Does anyone remember the laser
Yeah,
scene where
that's
when
yeah.
and then I did some research, and that actual scene what is actually based on another movie, I believe. It's called The Cube.
The cube.
And it's very similar. And when I saw that scene, it's like, wow, this is so cool. I just thought that was the coolest at the time, 2002. It's like you just thought this was the most coolest thing. But yeah, there's. I also found out that the director, is it Paul Anderson, also did Mortal Kombat, which I love, the first the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yep.
So yeah, there was. I think for me, having looked back, because I watched it when I was a kid, and obviously when I watched it again, a bit older, and I understand it a bit more after playing all the games as well. I think me personally, the games, I love the game. I think out of all the games that I've played, Village is probably one of the more.
Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, Village.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your fastest time to beat that?
I don't know. I kind of played it just time by time because the games still kind of scare me a bit. Even though I've even played the Resident Evil on the VR on the PSVR, PS4 VR, and PSVR Resident Evil takes the scariness to a whole new level. You just look behind you and it's just But no, I think for me, that 2002 Resident Evil is a very good film. I feel like I don't nitpick it as much as maybe others, but I don't know. I still think it's a great movie.
I think it was good for its time. I mean, I rewatched it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I look at it now and I look at the CGI and thinking, bloody hell, what is this? You know that holographic image of the Red Queen. I thought, what is this? It's really choppy. So there are certain aspects where they do, and I've got the DVD, so I looked at the making of before watching the film and I rewatched it. So it's interesting to see like the sort of contact lenses they put on the zombies and all the sort of makeup and special effects that they had. And here we go, we got some imagery here. In terms of special effects, look, you got this thing here. So they did the best they can for the time it was made, and I have to give credit for that aspect because they did put a lot of effort. The dogs, what they did with the dogs is they basically put all this it looked like meat all over the dogs to make it look like dead, and they painted them and all
they
this.
used makeup actually.
Yeah,
for the dogs, and they were having issues. So with that, they said that they had special custom suits for the dogs, for the Dobermans.
Yeah,
and a makeup on their face, and they had an issue because they kept licking the makeup off.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, you see, like they tried to pull all the stops. The zombies look convincing, so I think that's the key thing. I mean, are you as a viewer? And I was actually like, as someone who walked in, I was like, okay, this is a bit. Oh my god, there's a bit of a jump scare here. Okay, fine. The liquor again with the CGI. I think when I watched it first time, okay, this looked good. But now when you look at the liquor, that doesn't even look like a liquor. Like the way its mouth is and the way, like, what is this? And even now, I'm watching it now, thinking, okay, they could have done better. Maybe I had a different perspective then, or maybe I didn't look at it properly like I do now. I actually find the sequels are better than the first film, personally. Well, number 3, I'm watching 3. 1 and 2 and 3, I prefer it than the first film, but that's maybe I'm in a unique crowd because a lot of people say the first one's the best, and then after that, the franchise started to sort of not be as good. But I actually looked at the takings of this film. Okay, it cost $30 million to make this film. Okay, and I remember reading it took over $100 million, $130 million. So that's actually a good return for what's a B movie. It's a B movie. That's what these films are. They're not A movies. They're not going to push things to the level. Obviously, Milla Jovovich was relatively an unknown, and some of these actors you probably see their faces in other things now, but a lot of them weren't A-list actors at the time. Milla Jovovich, I'd say, is probably near close to A-list. Well, she's probably gone back to B-list now, if I'm being honest, because you only ever see her in this, and it's only because she's married to the directors, as it was mentioned earlier in the comment section, or they're in a relationship. It's kind of the same thing with Kate Beckinsale and her director husband. She's not in other films other than Underworld, really. So, you wonder about this sort of thing, but the films, all of them have made a decent profit. In fact, the one that sort of cost a lot, which was the second film, which is, I think it was like 40, 50 million, it made 130 million anyway. So it cost more, but it made the same amount. So you're thinking, with sequels, is it a case of diminishing returns, with sequelitis? And that's something that's typical in Hollywood, which is, will the sequel be as successful as the original? It typically never usually is. That's when the grosses go down. When the grosses go down, they've milked the franchise to the point where why should we bother? The funny thing with Resident Evil is all of the films have made a decent profit. Whether we like it or not, whether we think they're crap or not, people will go and pay money to see these films. No matter how bad the final chapter was, which was probably arguably the weakest in the franchise, the way they ended it, but it was still entertaining enough. And these are popcorn movies. This isn't highbrow storytelling. There's just action, fun, and okay, you'll see these special effects. So that's why people go and see these sort of films. I mean, the story started to go weaker after episode 3 of the film franchise, in my opinion. Because I think the 4th film was like a prison break or something. But I digress because I'm going off in a different direction. We're talking about the first movie, and there was nothing quite like it for its time, to be honest. Like, there were zombie movies before, but this one, are we talking 28 Days Later was like the main zombie movie, but the big one that I thought I really liked. And there was obviously, you had Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and all that other stuff. And what's that Sam Raimi film? There's a number of them where you got these sort of zombie films, but nothing quite. What makes, I think, Resident Evil special as a story is, like most films, the corporation is the bad guy. That is the evil aspect of it. There's not like a mustache twirling villainous. It's the corporation that are evil. You can't see it, and that's pretty much the antagonist in the games and in this series. But there are the officers of this corporation, and in the sequels you sort of see them later on, and it's the agents of the Umbrella Corporation. You sort of see with this film in terms of the plot, there's a twist in there as well, where you thought this guy, obviously they wake up with amnesia, and as the story goes along, there's a twist in the plot. I'm thinking, so this guy's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. Okay, I thought they were lovers. No, they're not. He's the bad guy. Fuck him up, and that's basically it. And he tried to betray them, and then she came for him, and that's it. But I think it's really fascinating how the storytelling is different from the movie to the games, but it's still sort of, it's in the Resident Evil universe. It's the branding, and they've kept it true in that regard. So I think there's credit for that when it concerns this film. I think it does a good job in telling the story and trying to keep it in that Resident Evil world. And as a viewer, you are immersed into this world that they're trying to build here. And I liked it. I liked even the little designs, like you can see from the little vials of the T-virus. They explain what it is. So I don't think a viewer going into this, not having played the movies, is going to be blind and thinking, what's going on here? I think they've made it very easy for anyone to just sit there and watch it, even if you haven't played the games, and can appreciate for what it is. And that's my thoughts in regards to this thing. I think it's actually good for what it was at the time. Obviously, sadly, it's a bit dated. That being said, it is a bankable franchise, and I think there is another Resident Evil movie coming out in 2026 I looked at, so that's something to be interested about. Sadly, the Netflix show flopped, didn't it? They only had the one season. I think we all know about that and why it flopped, because it was bloody boring, and it's because it didn't engage the viewer, and it just didn't. It was just the story was crap. That's the truth, and where they were going with it. But I think at its core, you got the horror aspect of it, which is the zombies and the liquor. You got the actors wondering what's going on because there's a bit of amnesia. You got the ignorance of, if you're bitten, you know what's going to go, and there's that, and they're going to turn. Obviously, if you see the films, they're going to turn into zombies later on, and then you got the sadness of, oh gosh, this guy's screwed, or this guy's going to go. No, this is going to happen to this guy. There are some characters here that you really do care about. I mean, in some of these films, where everyone's going to die at some point, like say for example, Alien Romulus that came out recently. The problem with that film is you don't care about the characters enough. There's nothing special about them. You actually want them to die. With these guys, you actually like them. You actually think, okay, this guy's got this story. Oh, this guy's got this story. Okay, this guy's all right. In some cases you want them to die, etc., because they behave like assholes or whatever. But you actually feel, oh gosh, are they gonna? Will they survive? Will they not? So you are hoping that they'll get through it. But the tragedy is they are going to die in some gruesome way and another. And I think there is the aspect of, with these horror films, like, how are they going to die? I think that's what sort of lures you into it. Like how are they going to get done? What's going to get them? What's the horrific way? And I guess there's a darkness in us that wants to kind of see that. But it's interesting. It really is interesting in how the story was told and how you follow it. And also the dangers of AI. Obviously, we see that in this film with the Red Queen trying to do the best for humanity by keeping this virus and keeping them. And even though it's killing the people, you realize, okay, we're not going to be, we're not going to let these people out. We're not going to let these people out because they infect the wider world. But the AI was doing it for the benefit of mankind. But anyway, they've only got themselves to blame. But that's just general thoughts in terms of like that aspect of the film. I think there's a lot going on in this film. There's a lot that's going on in this film. And I think that's what keeps you engaged. And I think that's why it keeps it exciting. Even though it hasn't aged as well, I think that with all the plot points and all the world that they're built and the way that the characters are, you can't hate this film. I don't understand people who do hate on this film. I think the things that I've heard with people hating on this film is because it's not like the video game. Well, like I said earlier, you can't be like the video game. I'm sorry, it's its own thing, and I think that's a good thing. Because do you want more of the same, or should we try something new? And I think to keep a franchise fresh, you should sort of build on that world and try telling a different story. And I think they did that beautifully with Resident Evil and the franchise for the most part. And they tried different things. Some things worked, something didn't. But that's reviewing those other films, because even though it's one series you could review, I think each film has its own sort of flavor to it. And I think that's what makes this franchise really special. Not one film is the same in this franchise. Anyway.
Right. Other than the Netflix one, though, I mean, it
All
was
right.
good.
That's the review, guys. Let's do our shameless plugs, okay?
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Well, that's my review. That's my views on it. But anyway, I don't know what you might have a different idea.
We haven't really gotten into much to anything. This guy just brought out all of his rants. All right, in just one go.
Well, I was just gonna say on the Netflix one, it was decent, but I mean, with the fact that they lost Lance Reddick, like it was
that was a huge loss on that one.
And he was my favorite too because he was Wesker, but then too he also played in another game series that I liked, in Destiny.
The comment section here, because there's someone. Mr. Chino's got a lot to say. He's got a lot to get off his chest.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it now to Sir Jose. Sir Jose, you go on ahead. Because we're not saying anything because we just let him rant all the way. Okay, but Sir Jose, go on ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go on.
That looks like it really grinds your gears.
It apparently did, yeah. All right, Jose, what's your opinion? First encounter and initial thoughts.
No, I mean, we're throwing it not to Sir Jose because
okay. Show captain. Got it. Okay.
Until someone hijacked it.
No worries.
Sorry.
All right, Jose, show captain, go for it.
All right. So in the movie, we had the zombies, we had the liquor, we had whatever the liquor turned into.
Mutated liquor.
Would you have liked to have seen anything else from the games in the movie, like the spiders, Neptune, which is the shark, the Plant 42, or would you? I don't know why. There's always naked zombies.
What about the crocodile? There was a crocodile or a lizard creature.
Oh yeah, and in the second one there's a crocodile. Oh, and then the hunter in the first one. So is there anything that wasn't there that you guys would have loved to have seen? And I'm going to start with retro vibes.
To be honest, look, I think I'm going to go easy on it, and I'm not going to rant too much. I think I'll let you guys do the ranting. For me, from the games, I'd probably like what Silverite said. You can't really do too much in the games to the movie, otherwise then the games kind of have to follow that way, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I would have liked to have seen like the spiders. Yes, the spiders there, and maybe creatures from the game. I think it wasn't explained too well enough when I look back into it. How like how the liquor, it kind of mutated. I don't think it goes in that way. I think it only mutates from the G virus. If someone can correct me on that, is it the G virus that it gets mutated from, not the T virus? I believe so. I think there was just a few inconsistencies from the game. Not to nitpick the game, because I know the others will nitpick the game too much. But I think, as well as maybe the characters, I think, like I mentioned before, when I was watching it, obviously playing the game, Alice is kind of an unknown. You're just like, who's this Alice? And I think when I did some research, the director, Anderson, kind of put like these, I guess, you know how the character's named Alice, and then the hive is kind of underground. It's kind of like referencing Alice in Wonderland. So you're going down the rabbit hole and stuff like that, as well as the enemy's called the queen. Was it the Red Queen or the Queen Bee, something like that? So it has a lot of references.
It's an allegory to Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Actually,
so from that standpoint,
and that was Anderson's neighbor's daughter that was the Red Queen.
Yeah, Alice. That's it. Yeah, I remember reading that. So I think maybe just more of the monsters, I think, from the game could have been adapted into the video, or the first one, the 2002 one. Sorry. Yeah. So that's all for me.
But the thing with the monsters is you'd have to sort of make sense of it, because people are like, well, with zombies, you understand the T virus leaked out and it infects humans and kills them. You get that straight away. And I think in the game it was like the rats got it, and then the rats bit the guys in the sewers, and then they came back to see everyone got affected.
I agree. I think
with this, it's like, okay, so we got the liquor is actually basically a bigger sort of mutation with the T virus. You can obviously infect the liquor with the G virus. That's something totally different. The liquor is just an extreme example of T virus mutation. That's all it really is, and it's a different type of infected zombie that they're experimenting with, etc., etc. But I think the liquor in itself is a terrifying creature. I mean, we all saw in that video game, Resident Evil 2, you're looking through that glass window and you can see what's in there, and it can't see you. But then when you go into that room, you can't see, and then suddenly it smashes through. You're like, I jumped in the video game. Yeah, we all jumped, right? When it just comes out there, what the hell? And then you see that little scene of it on the ceiling licking around. This is a horrific creature. I mean, for me, the liquor is like, that was a horrifying thing that I saw in the video game, and the fact that they put that in there was actually good enough for me. I think sometimes you can put all these other monsters in there, but they like, you have to sort of explain, why did these spiders get so big and mutated, or why did this how did this creature come? You'd have to tell the story for that. And this film, as it is really congested with so much as it is in terms of the plot points. So do we focus on a story, or do we just throw loads of monsters in there randomly? I think putting too much in a film, and we've seen that with loads of films where it can go terribly wrong. For example, even Spider-Man 3, they put too many villains in there. There's too much of a plot, and made it too big for what it is. I think if they were going to add any more into this, any more ingredients, it would just be too big for what is effectively a B movie. But I think they did good for what it was. I think, look, you got Michelle Rodriguez in there. I forgot to mention her. She was in bloody Avatar. She's been in a lot of great films. She's a kick-ass actress. So a lot of these people that are have been in this film have gone on to do better things and have done things before as well. So you had some good quality actors that were just rising from this, or that have been in other films. So I liked it. I also liked the set design as well, and all the efforts that were made. Like they made it really polished. These laboratories and the world and the high tech aspect of it. But I liked it. I liked that aspect too. But yeah, going back to you guys.
Okay, Sir Joel.
All right. Okay.
I was just like, how did we go talk about monsters to other stuff again?
Yeah.
Well, so things that were in the game that I wish that it was in the movie. Honestly, they're as somebody who isn't very deep into the lore, I'm pretty satisfied with what they had in the movie. It didn't have too I didn't have too much of what I was looking for in the games. There might have been a little bit more of the puzzle aspect, shall we say, of the games. I didn't see too much of that in how they were supposed to kind of put together things that you would be able to unlock more things of the area. So like I was kind of disappointed that they didn't show them moving the statue. I think Alice saw the statue for a moment there, and it was a little bit of a foreshadowing that it was kind of, the wind was moving through it, and I was thinking, oh, she's going to move the statue a little bit towards some place to kind of activate a different part of the manor. It didn't happen. I would have liked to see a little bit more of that, but that's neither here or there. But the fact is, with the movie itself, as a person, a movie watcher, I enjoyed it for what it was. Like Viraj says, the movie translates well as a popcorn movie, something that's somebody who has absolutely no familiarity with the games would be perfectly fine sitting through. Granted, as a video game movie, it fails because of the fact that Paul Anderson did a Mortal Kombat, and that was a much much better video game movie, the very first one. I see Viraj rolling his eyes on that
No,
one.
no,
But
it
yes,
wasn't. It wasn't.
yes,
But go on.
for you that might be, but
Resident Evil Mortal Kombat
I'm
as a movie,
now
there we go.
I'm sorry for your past COVID infection. It deprived you of your sense of taste. But in this case, but Mortal Kombat one was a much much better video game movie because of the fact that as a
Mm.
video game player, no matter if I wasn't deep into the lore of Mortal Kombat, I saw enough of the video game in the movie for me to say, yeah, that's cool. I saw that in the video game at least. In this case, with the Resident Evil movie, it was a good popcorn movie. I enjoyed the elements that I saw in the game in the movie, but there wasn't enough of it for me to say
Mm.
it was really solidly connected but as Retro Vibes did say, the references to Alice in Wonderland abounded. So Alice, the Red Queen, the White Rabbit that was there, that they were experimenting on it, and the fact that they were highlighting the watch because the White Rabbit would always look at his pocket watch. So yes, it varied, and of course, I particularly liked how a lot of not connected elements in the beginning of the movie came together at the end. I love that. I love movies that do that to me, where later on you realize all of these things are kind of interconnected in a certain way. I like that. I like how the movie fools me into thinking that none of it is connected, and at the end of it, it all is. So yeah, the video games might not the first video game, possibly even the second game, might not have had too many elements in the movie, but I still have to go through the rest of it for me to say that it is completely disconnected from the series. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Mm.
All right, back to you, Jose.
Sir Juan, same question.
For me, granted, it sucks that they didn't follow the game fully. But the crows, I get it. They were underground. So they can have crows underground.
You've never heard of underground birds? No.
All the time. That's more my biggest thing because granted, the crows are always a pain in the ass in the game. No matter where you went, they were fucking pecking your ass to death.
I hate the crows.
But everything else, the zombies, the dogs, and all that, that was pretty much on point. Who else? I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I played the first one when it came to bosses.
I think the shark could have been doable.
The shark? Yeah, they did have rooms full of water.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Where were the other bosses?
The plant.
The plant. Yeah, see, they could have added that.
They also had they had giant bees in the game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Spider.
The spiders.
Even had spiders.
They had the hunters.
Hunters.
I think they did the thing with the liquor because there was no way to like shoehorn in a tyrant.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I was gonna say tyrant too, but I mean, yeah, how do you do that? But then too, wasn't the liquor was introduced in the second one?
No.
It was in the movie as well. Your second game.
Yeah. Second game.
So I mean, but to bring the liquor into the movie, and it's like a little retarded. That's just me. But I mean, my main thing would have been like I said, the crows, the bees, and the spider.
Yo.
But those are iconic little fights. Like I said, the crows are a bitch. I hated them. All my ammo was gone in one room.
Add that. I think sometimes
You gotta stab him with a knife.
I just want to quickly add that there were these enemies these monsters we're talking about. I think obviously if you watched the series, we know that they were introduced later on in later franchises. And I think if you're going to put all these monsters in one movie, what have you got left for a franchise that you want to build on? So I think maybe it's a good thing that they didn't as well and built on that, because we saw obviously the tyrant sort of monster in the third film. You saw the crows in the third film. You saw the thing with the sword with his head on. What's it called? You see all these characters, later on.
But you have to think though. I mean, from it being the first game of the series,
yeah, they could have went all fan service and then just kept doing that throughout the whole series.
But the story would have been way for thin, though. I think.
But then too,
maybe.
Like I mean,
but then you would add those.
How the hell did they get the crows underground? Like that's the thing. How are they gonna do that? No, okay, you think a movie adaptation? I'm just like, okay, cool. Like they're gonna follow, the mansion. Like that's where you were majority of the time.
I think we should have seen more animals though, because you saw them experimenting on rabbits. We should have had zombie rabbits attacking people.
And they were gonna fucking mass produce.
Yep.
Like the quick fuckers they are.
Sir Mark, same question.
That question is very interesting because I was thinking of, like you guys said, some crows or what do you call this? Maybe the tyrant. But for me, I think it's I want to add Oscar from Resident Evil Outbreak to the movie. And he's the elephant, okay? So imagine Milla and the others are going to shoot Oscar with all of their ammo. Also, I'm just trying to simulate everything to my mind. Also, I want to see them use green herb in the movie. Yeah, the green herb. Imagine they're already injured and they will just put the green herb to their wound or something like that. Also, the movie maybe it's the most it's the most inconsistent ending always with the other movies. They don't. For me, it's so hard to connect them. Like from Resident Evil Extinction, where they're all in barren wasteland or something. Then eventually the next movie is, where are the sands? Where are they? They're just buildings burning around. So okay.
Actually, I kind of agree with Mark on this one. I wish I forgot about this one. I wish that they'd included a moment of inventory Tetris in the movie. Like, somebody tried to shove everything into a bag and then it's not fitting and he's just trying to fix everything. But even 3 seconds of it would have been so funny. Like, that's a good reference. But, sad to say. Anyway, back to you, Mark.
Yeah, that's for me. I mean, I would love to see them use, items. So yeah, that's for me. Sorry.
Sir Joe, Sir Joe, not Sir Joe.
Okay. I'm not really that much invested on the monsters really, because the zombies usually is Resident Evil in itself, right? But if there's anything that I would have loved looking at, that the iconographies that made Resident Evil for what it is. Okay, where are my doors? right? You know, for all of you PS1, PS2, PS3, the PS1 trilogy players out there, you know what I'm talking about. The
Where's the
single
door
shell
video?
door,
Show the door video. Show it.
opening, and then closing. Where was that? I was
That was
waiting for that.
Right.
Okay,
That was
would
the
be
best
nice
loading
if they
screen
included
ever.
that. Even in while they were inside the mansion, they could have done something like that. Where was it? Oh,
Yeah.
and besides, okay, so big umbrella. Oh, this is the Hive, the umbrella company. Oh, a biolab, right? They're testing a pharmaceutical company, supposedly experimenting on animals and plants, right, for medicine. Okay, this would have been the best opportunity for them to introduce the herbs. Okay. Oh, look.
That's true.
There's a green herb. There's a blue herb in there. Okay. Oh. Umbrella Company has been experimenting with these plants, these medicinal plants that can probably heal some wounds and some bullshit like that. Would be nice, but no.
No.
The only thing, the only thing that they could have tied that in is the blue fluid coming from the virus and the green fluid from the antivenom. That's it. Those are the blue and the green. If there's anything, if there's any references from the green herbs and the blue herbs, yeah, those were it. And sad to say, they didn't even bother doing that. Would have been nice if they did it, something a little bit more creative, but no.
Well, to Joe's point about the iconography, they missed out so badly on the opportunity to have one typewriter somewhere in the lab. Really jump in,
right?
just run over, have a look at it, and wonder like, what the heck is this? And then keep running. 2 seconds. They could have done that. That would have been the perfect bone to toss to the video.
Yeah. So Sir Joel mentioned that. Okay. So apparently Milla finds this note on the table. Your dream's gonna come true. Would have been nice if that note came from an actual typewriter, and then she tries to press the typewriter or something. At least, I mean, of course, she's not saving the game. I mean, she's not doing a save file or anything. At least there's a typewriter in there. I'm like, what is this big ass machine doing with a ass typewriter?
Why would there be a typewriter? Right.
Exactly, and that's the whole point of her. Would have looked at it and say, would have looked at it and said, what is this doing here? And then just moved on. And like a non-sequitur. It would have been perfect. You know,
don't stop the movie.
Even
it's
if
just there.
By it, right? All of a sudden you see it in the background.
Exactly. There you go. One gets it.
I think they can bog down a movie with too much fan service. To be honest, looks like we can do it.
If you're not servicing the fans, who are you servicing?
Servicing the movie numbers.
Raj is servicing the men of the.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We're all men in this panel, mate.
But you have to understand too, when it comes to movies like that, especially video game adaptations, like there's going to be people who wants the fan service. That's going to be like, oh my god,
exactly.
Everyone, I'm going to please.
Those are the only things that will make. Well, for all of us, okay, who are somewhat familiar with the game. Yeah. Doing those little things of the iconography that makes the game. Mm-hmm. Those are the first things that you're gonna look for.
Yeah, but you're setting yourself up to be disappointed there because you're expecting it in the movie. And to be honest, I think what makes a movie interesting is when you see things that you don't expect. And I'd rather see things that I don't expect that is something new than see the same old shit.
Then go build your own damn movie. Don't buy the name. Make a damn zombie movie.
If you want to see a typewriter, go play the bloody game.
Exactly.
All right.
And that's
right. Okay.
Then just don't buy
this movie caught everybody off guard because
like
it was
generic zombie movie 75 or something.
I would
like
rather
them
have made this than fill it with all these little things that were in the video game. Yeah. And
let's search and say we don't need a shot per shot. Okay, just give us a few of this, or at least make it like an Easter egg or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't stop the movie just for it. Just reference it. Move on.
An Easter egg. The title is Resident Evil. There's no Easter egg in it. They got the T-virus. How much more of an Easter egg do you fucking want? It's a Resident Evil movie.
What the fucking want?
You got the virus. You got the zombies. There's your Easter egg.
That's not an Easter egg. Do you even know what the definition of an Easter egg is? Dude,
it's not on Easter.
But
you have to think though. I mean, like I said, being a part of it, knowing about the game so much, like I said, before you turn the damn game off, what the fuck do?
Yes.
You go to a fucking typewriter to save your game to turn your damn console off.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, that would have been something cool to see in the background. Like, oh shit, like that's creative.
And Joe says that is one part of the iconography of the game. Exactly. Which should have translated
I think
even for
the
1 second
door-
into the movie.
Right. So the door, I agree with you. The whole idea it builds tension. You know, when you're zooming into that door, you see that door in the video game, and it opens, and obviously there's a bit of tension. What's on the other side of that door? That would work in the film. The typewriter, obviously, it's an underground facility. They're using computers now. Like, it doesn't fit in this film.
Which exactly would throw the whole point. Which would be the point if Milla Jovovich has a look at it and wonders why is this even here?
Yeah.
It's the exact same moment that you would say in the video game, why is this typewriter even here? It's a connection that it would be fundamental to connecting the video game to the movie.
Exactly. Okay. I'll
Minor
piggyback on what Sergio said. There's out of all of these things inside the mansion, there's this, for some reason, there's this strange typewriter in there. If they wrote something a little bit more creative, okay, she pressed something and then suddenly a secret door came out.
That would work.
Something like that, you know.
That would work, definitely. So there. So, yeah, exactly.
A secret door heading to the underground tunnel leading to the hive. Something like that.
It boils down to you knowing that you bought a property and respecting the property enough to cater to somebody who was there from the very beginning.
I think,
and sure, you want to draw other people into the property, but for you to completely like almost toss everybody aside and try to make something new to apply to a mythical audience that doesn't even exist, you know, it can exist, it might not exist. Sad to say, you're just taking a gamble, and it came out the way that it came out. The movie almost sucked so bad that it almost killed the franchise. But luckily enough, Milla Jovovich being hot was able to carry that. So
hang about. We mean like $30 million was the budget. They made 130 million. It did very well for the B movie that it was. I don't think it's because Milla Jovovich was hot. I think maybe maybe it was because she was in the film. Yeah, because sex sells. But I think
absolutely.
I think there's a number of aspects why people went to see the film. Not just Milla Jovovich, but I don't think there was anything that was detrimental to this film. I think for what the product is, for what it is, it's actually decent. You're not expecting like... I actually thought it was quite highbrow storytelling for what this kind of film is. There's a lot in there explaining, okay, there's an evil corporation, you know, there's a virus that they're creating. They're doing this illegal experimentation underground, which no one can see. There's obviously, Milla Jovovich works for the organization. There's a spy, and you know they want to sort of like expose the organization for all the shit that they're doing, all the unethical stuff, and you got that aspect of it. You got all these other parties involved, and they've got their own things that they want to do. But it's interesting. It's just really interesting in regards to how the plot, sort of the story is being told. But I think. Going back to your old point about wanting the Easter eggs and things like that, I think there's enough in there, to be honest, as it is. There's enough in there for it to stand on its own.
Mainstream Easter eggs of mainstream zombies, the dog, like stuff like that.
That's not even an Easter egg. That's elements of the game in the movie. We're talking about Easter eggs. That's something that ties the game to the movie.
Let's be honest. Let's say this film wasn't titled Resident Evil, okay? You'd still know it's a Resident Evil film because there's enough in there. Umbrella, the T-virus, it's a Resident Evil film. Like, it's like, how obvious do you want to make it? And
well, that's the thing. It starts off. It comes off as you bought the property to try to draw in the built-in audience, and you set that audience aside and just disregard them completely in the hopes that new people will come in. So it's kind of like painting a veneer of somebody's favorite color in the hopes that they buy the car, but the car is a lemon. So it's not a good way of doing a property. If you buy a property, there are people who have already built that property to where it is. And you have to respect that installed base already, or else that installed base will badmouth you to the point that everybody else who might be interested in coming in will not want to come in, because they'll say, the guys who were originally there, they're saying that the property sucks. Whatever that is that they made out of that property sucks. Case in point, The Witcher. Henry Cavill is the ultimate nerd when it comes to The Witcher. He knows the books, he knows the games, and when whoever it is made The Witcher, took too many liberties out of it. Henry Cavill himself said, "This is not for me. I'm out of here." And trust me, whoever it is who's going to be replacing him, I completely forgot the Hemsworth guy.
Liam Hemsworth has replaced him.
He's going to completely crash this series. And a lot of people have already left. When
Well,
Henry Cavill says, this is not for me, everybody leaves with him. Now, that's pretty much the case here. Luckily, again, Milla Jovovich being hot carried the movie to the point that people will still watch it. But the people who say that the Resident Evil movie series, I luckily am of the opinion that it stands by itself as a movie to be watched. But if you renamed it into something like Dawn of the Dead or 28 Days Later, as Notch mentioned in the comments, it wouldn't matter because of the fact that it
wouldn't matter. I mean, take away that Resident Evil title alone, call something else, would not make the same thing.
Call it George Romero's The Mansion or something like that, and it would still be,
or at least the Hive. Call it the Hive, and would have been would have been believable.
If there's one critique I have for the film, it's the fact that, and you guys cast your mind back to when you watched it recently or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you not feel that it took a very, very long time and it dragged a bit when they got into there before anything of substance really happened? And sometimes, when is something going to happen? It got a bit more. So I thought the pacing was a bit off in that first act.
Agreed.
The middle act is actually the bit where it gets really interesting. And the last act, and towards the end, obviously, there's that face-off with the liquor in that train ride at the back. That's where it's a bit exciting. What's going to go? Obviously, there's that arsehole and he gets what's coming to him. But the ending, obviously, that I want him for the Nemesis project, so he's gonna, he's gonna continue that. This is Resident Evil Nemesis, and that's what Apocalypse is sort of based around, and there's that aspect. But I think there's a bit of an anticlimax because that was sort of mentioned. Maybe they gave away too much, but I think they had to sort of keep the audience engaged. They want to see the second film and see where the story sort of continues. But I think it's good for what it was. But yeah, I think they could have. That first act, they could have streamlined it a bit better and edited a bit more. And I think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if they had streamlined and edited that first act better, maybe there would have been time for that typewriter, because there's a lot of nothingness in that first act, I felt. That's just my opinion on that. I don't know what you guys think.
No, it is, because in the games, like it starts off right away, people are fucking getting killed by zombies.
Oh, yeah.
You make it to the mansion, and right away, you're looking for your friend, you run into zombie, and it happens that, and then after that is when it starts to slow down a little. But you figure they kind of got to build somewhat of a story, especially for the people who have never seen the games. You got to just have some semblance of a story for people to follow along.
I think another thing is boring. I think it's the zombie reveal, or the reveal that they're in the film. I think they wanted to build some tension towards that, but I think because you'd kept us waiting for so long, and oh, that's what it is. I guess the zombie, or that's what happened, and obviously you see they locked down the whole thing, and you see these people. Obviously they gassed everybody, and there's all that, and they also turned to zombies, and that. I don't think it was that shocking when seeing that. I think that was it was a bit of an anticlimax in that regard. But obviously when the action scenes happened, you're like, oh shit. And when we saw Michelle Rodriguez, my girl, when she got bitten, I was heartbroken, man. I was like, leave her alone, man.
When she got bitten at what time? Because she got bitten a lot in the damn movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
When she was like going up to that person,
she thought it was a survivor.
Oh no, man! You always feel a bit like when you watch the film, there's a character you like in the series. Oh shit, he's gonna die now. And
so they were waiting down there at the basement, along where the liquors were supposed to be locked up.
Yeah.
And then when Kaplan shut down the power, of course, the zombies, all the creatures let out, and then and then she saw a lone zombie girl. Okay, and then she thought, oh, we got a survivor here. And then she approached said zombie, and then boom, got bit on the hand. That's it.
I think there's also some things that are unexplained, like the liquors were in those capsules. Like how are they kept subdued in there? Was it because when they reset the computer, that's what that's what happened. Then obviously I think whatever chemicals were keeping them subdued, they turned off, and that's how they got out. And obviously they turned the queen back on, and then she told them, you basically, I remember now, yeah. And there was that hacking scene, and you had obviously when the laser things coming on, I think there was some interesting set pieces. Now I think the laser one is what I'll always remember.
I think the laser setting was the most memorable thing in this movie.
Yeah, the laser. The guy getting.
That one was
For
good,
all,
but one
for all
thing-
those people who watched the movie, if there's if there's one thing that you might remember in watching this movie, is the goddamn laser.
And they added the laser scene into one of the games, didn't they?
Did they? Oh, that's cool.
think
If they did, then that's nice.
I think in Resident Evil 4, there's like a mini laser scene.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Been so long.
And a notch on the chats, pretty much stated what we were all thinking when we saw Michelle Rodriguez. She was family. There you go.
She was family.
There you go.
She was
Yeah,
family.
you had half a moment thinking, oh, when
Alright.
is a muscle car come bashing in through the wall or something?
we were waiting. Sir Jose, go. Next question.
Before we go, the one thing though, I wish they would have added, especially in that room with the lasers, more blood. Like literally, there was
Sure.
no blood. There
Right.
Yeah,
Ice
more
Well,
more-
cauterization occurs with
13.
lasers.
Yeah.
Cauterization
I mean, he gets
occurs.
split open. I mean, you can see it right here in the little preview video. Like he gets
Well,
split.
you know what?
squares.
Explanation: they got cauterized.
Cauterized, yes,
was
exactly. Kind of like
nice.
lightsabers. If a lightsaber
cooked.
cuts
He
off
was
your
cooked.
arm, there's not much blood, right? There you go. Anyway, continue, Jose.
Okay, so I guess we'll just jump into like what's everyone's favorite part of the movie, and what's like a part where you're just like, what the fuck? So like I would say like mine, obviously it's the like everyone's
Aside
been
from the
saying, it's the laser scene. No, you know what part was really stupid that even like I remember watching it in the theater and being like, what the fuck? Was at the very beginning when those people were stuck in the elevator and that bitch was like, oh, I can fit, and then the fucking hole's like that
Right?
fucking big.
How the hell did you fit in?
Now,
And then
The head
she
was
fucking
sticking out.
like, she literally, it's just her head and her arm,
Mm.
and then fucking dumbass ends up getting killed. But I was just
Yeah,
like,
but-
what the fuck? Like, there was no way you were gonna.
There she
fit
goes,
her
right
there.
here. Bam.
Unless you were like the smallest fucking kid, there was no way you were gonna go in.
I remember seeing that actress in Interview with the Vampire, and she got a boot bit by one of the vampires in that film. But I remember seeing her before the actress. But yeah, I thought that was a stupid scene when she just put her head out there, and you know that she was going to get decapitated. What if you do that for? I agree, it's just the dumbest thing. But it's obviously there just to show horror. Like, oh, let this. But people are stupid, man. They do silly things like this. Like, I drive trains, as you know, for a living, and obviously I have doors on my train, and people stick their heads out all the time. So I can relate to me closing the door on somebody's head, and I had to write a memo because they complained about me, saying, "Look, I closed the doors, I gave them a warning, and I closed the doors, and it hit their head. What can I do?" You know what I mean? So people are stupid like that. I understand that happens, but yeah, that was retarded.
I was also wondering, like, you see it right here in this scene. Why is the zombie holding the axe?
Right.
If they're not smart and they really don't know what to do, or like they have the basic motor functions, why is it holding the axe?
Didn't it? Yeah, there are inconsistencies throughout the whole franchise. Actually, that we could.
I'm like,
Well,
it never uses it, but it's still it's holding onto it like it's using it like a cane.
No,
So,
hang on. Ain't he the guy who used the axe to open the doors?
But
The hydraulic
Oh
but-
door,
yeah,
supposedly.
that's right.
do you really
But-
think that you think he died gripping it that hard that he's still holding it after death?
Yeah,
Who knows?
correct.
Who knows?
Oh, you know what? You know what?
Oh, wait.
Rigor
That
mortis.
was underwater. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
really-
underwater,
rigor
right?
mortis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
I don't know that is I don't know, but he was in water. It would have like I don't know.
Would have let go eventually. Then.
Yeah.
No, that's correct. That's correct.
To be honest, there's a lot of inconsistencies throughout this whole franchise. Like, I watched the whole the first three films for this review anyway. I don't know why I did. I could just have to watch the first one, but I watched the first three. In the third film, there's like, do you remember there's a bit where the guys are all dressed up? Like, you know, he did those experiment with those zombies, and like, why? I mean, who the hell? I don't know who's working for Umbrella doing this, but he dressed them all up in like these sort of scrubs or something. They're like, why would you go through the effort of risking getting bitten by these zombies or subduing them and dressing them up so they look like you just got stupid? Like, who does all this? Who thinks of this? So
Okay. Searchino. So Searchino. Let it on tick on there. When Milla jumped off the wall and did a roundhouse kick on the Doberman, double dragon stuff.
Yeah, I remember that
Cool.
scene. That was kind of cruel. Like, animal lovers would be really upset about that. They're wondering, did any animals?
They're
Dead.
Doberman
Fuck them dogs. Fuck them dogs.
You kicked my dog. You know that name that went out with the Indian guy. You kicked my dog. You bastard.
yeah, they don't
That
count
fucking
anymore.
dog should have stayed in his lane.
Yeah.
Fuck them dogs.
Don't get fucking kicked.
Okay. How about let's continue on. How about Sir Retro Vibes? How about things that you like and things that you go, what the fuck?
So I think I mentioned it before. The laser scene. I think that's everyone's favorite scene, and I think Chino hit it straight on the head. That kick when the scene where she kills all the dogs, and then there's still one left over because it's locked in the room, and then she and it's kind of like a slow motion style. That was probably my favorite. Apart from the laser scene, that's my second favorite scene. I think Chino hit that on the head. The other scene that I think also, so Jose that kind of mentioned earlier, the elevator scene. I think I would have liked to have seen that moment. I think when the laser's head goes.
You want to
Yes,
see the
yes.
you?
They should have at least showed her head come off.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like this is a gory movie. This is a gory game. Like
Yes.
You went from that. It's like, is this a PG movie? And then the next scene's like Milla Jovovich nude. I'm like, what's going on here? Like you show that, but you can't show someone going like that. Like that's for me anyway. I think that's.
I don't know. American censorship is weird that way.
Yeah,
Like,
they
oh,
are.
we cannot show. Oh, hang on, guys. We cannot show blood, but pubes, yes.
Pubes in the
Back to
A
you.
little bit of pube is okay. Just a little bit. How about Sir Mark? Things that you like and things that you go, what the fuck?
I think I'm going with the first encounter with the axe zombie, because it is when I'm like, okay, here it is. It's the zombie enemies, and I'm excited, but I'm kind of disappointed with their fight. It's not what I expect. There are few bloods. I need more blood. Also, these guys, as I remember, they're part of the Umbrella Security Service (USS). It is also part of where Hunk, Four Eyes, and the other guys from Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City came. So I'm like, this is it? Is it? This is what they can do for the enemies, and they're like shooting from the upper extremities only, not for the head. They're not aiming for the head. They're aiming for the body. So I'm kind of, what the what the fuck is this, man? What am I watching? This is not. I don't know. So yeah, that's for me.
How about Sir Juan?
My favorite, I mean, with everybody else, was the room with the lasers. That was a really good scene. And then when she was fighting the dogs, the one scene, I mean, that was terrible for me was when it was the train ride back. Like with the liquor, that should have been more action to fight the fucking liquor. Like, oh, she's looking around, stabs his tongue, and then all of a sudden ejects. But look how the eject was, like, it was very dramatic.
I think obviously they were using CGI as like early days of CGI, and I think they struggled a bit with. I think the problem with the liquor is like you don't want to show too much of it because then it loses its fear factor. I guess it's kind of like Alien. I didn't think they want to show too much of it. I don't know. But I saw the liquor design.
They ran out of money, I guess.
Maybe they're running out of money towards the end. I'm not making excuses. All I'm saying is that I think they tried something, but I agree with you on. I don't think that liquor scene really worked as well as it could have. When I watched it in the cinemas, I thought it was great, but retrospectively now, I don't know, that liquor design hasn't aged very well, and the liquors in number 2 are better, but this, yeah.
I mean, you thinking to end the movie, like, before they go back up to the surface, like, I mean, make it something that's going to be like, holy shit, mind blowing, not like, oh, well, yeah, press the button, blam, she falls into it, opens.
No, yeah.
And then when he's trailing behind, like, look at how shitty that, that was. Like, the fire was just terrible.
It's an anticlimax, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
How about Sir Joel?
All right, so I think I mentioned this earlier. My favorite part is when it all comes together in the end. When James Purefoy turns out to be the guy who actually releases the virus, and turns out to be the guy bumping into the other guy who has coffee and everything. You see, I love how and in the end of it, everything comes together and it turns out to be all related. So that's my favorite part of the movie. Any movie that does that at the end of it, when they connect everything together, how from very disparate parts, you think, oh, this isn't related at all, and it turns out that it's essential to how the whole thing works. It very much is a good payoff for me. I like that about the movie. One thing I hated about the movie, or I went, what the heck happened there, was same James Purefoy's of saying, "Oh, the cure was on the train all along." When the heck did he manage to sneak the package of the vials of the T virus onto the train? I don't remember a single scene where he was able to do that. I could be wrong on this. My memory might be fuzzy on this.
I'm guessing they might have cut that off during the editing.
Possibly, but something very important for me when it comes to a movie is consistency of how this led to that, which connects to my liking of how things come together. That one was completely unexplained, and I have no idea how that happened. That destroyed that moment for me. Like, when?
There are a lot of deleted scenes, by the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's it. So,
there's a lot on the DVD. There's a lot of deleted scenes that they cut out. There's a lot of things they butchered in this.
Then I'm surprised.
At least if they could. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Juan.
They never did a director's cut for it.
No, because I think it's silly that they didn't. Because I think if you're going to release a DVD, you'd want to have like a director's cut. That's another way.
They should have done that because they would have tied it back to the game having a director's cut.
Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah, a lot of these films, actually, a lot of the films have deleted scenes, especially because Paul W.S. Anderson, who did the first one, he also returned to the franchise with the last three. So it's two different second and third. So there are, but he does have a lot of deleted scenes there, so it allows the fans to sort of like have a look at it. Because I think that one of the things what's wonderful about physical media, sorry, we're getting sidetracked here, is you can look at deleted scenes, and I think that's a wonderful thing. So you get more of a perspective, and you think, oh, it would be nice if that was in the film, but I can understand why they cut it out. And that would have probably stitched the story better. And you think, okay, fair enough. And I think there might have been a deleted scene which explains James Purefoy's character.
Which actually, that if they were going to delete one scene, they shouldn't have been that one where it explained how he was able to slip that entire case onto the train. Because from the moment that they found him in behind the locked door and he falls over unconscious, all the way to them to his reveal of pointing the gun at them and saying, it was me all along. There was no point where I remembered him being able to slip a giant silver case covered in a black bag onto a train.
Maybe it was there. Maybe he had contrived this for a long time. He was plotting this for a while, and he had done that previously. It had been there, and we just.
But then, how the heck did he get the bag onto the train when the train was still traveling to the hive during that time?
Yeah.
When he made the steal, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true.
Really.
They
were so pressed for time that they had to take away, which I think, and Sir Joel believes, were the important connective tissues of proper pacing.
Precisely. Exactly. So, although, I kind of think Purefoy was a waste here because he was tremendous in Rome, the HBO series. He was great as Marcus Antonius, Mark Antony. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great in the Sharp TV series as well. He's a proper. Is he a British actor? I think. Yes, he is.
I believe so. Yes.
I think a lot of the a lot of British talent in the film as well, which is good. So yeah.
From my sake, I guess I like the fact that they got rid of most of the minorities out.
What?
No. What I'm saying is, it's like.
The black guy, you like the way the black guy got nice? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's the early 2000s, guys. Okay, black dude, you're gonna die. Okay, Asian girl, you're gonna die. Hispanic dude, you're gonna die. I mean, save for Michelle Rodriguez. Okay, but she dead. All right.
I like that guy.
I don't know. I mean. It's a little bit amusing to see that. Okay, it's a little bit predictable because they're not white, of course. Anyway,
no. But most of them died fighting, which goes to show how badass they are. Anyway,
I like that guy. That guy who said you got to work for your meal. That guy. That guy who said you got to work for your meal, and then he saves them in the end when they're in that room. So I like that he didn't commit suicide. He didn't give up. He said, "No, I'm gonna." And he kicked the trolley. He gets in that
Kaplan,
Mad respect to him.
I like the fact that the black dude here he's trying. I mean, the black captain here. I think he's trying to do a. I think he's trying to channel his inner Morgan Freeman. I mean, his voice is so deep. Like at first I thought, is he being dubbed? I mean, ain't no way his voice is like that.
Heck, if he was offered the role of James Bond, I'd support him for that one. He would be good.
Didn't you guys? I mean, did you notice that? Like his voice, the way he spoke here. Okay,
the actor's been Colin Salmon, and he's been in the CW series The Arrow. He's been in.
Does he always talk like that?
He talks like that's his voice. Krypton. He's a British actor. He talks like, and he's in Krypton. He's General Zod in Krypton. You know, he's been in a lot of things.
I did not know that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, nobody watched Krypton.
Okay.
I watched Krypton for the 2 seasons that Ed. I liked it. All right.
Again, nobody watched Krypton. Anyway.
Well, for my what the fuck moment. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get pushed back from here because I told you guys this in the group chat. I'm like, okay. This state-of-the-art facility where an AI can control pretty much everything what's happening in here. Closing, opening doors, hydraulic, mechanical doors, electrical, whatever, locks and all of that, right? A dangerous gas gets leaked out in the ventilation system. Everybody's fucked. And I'm like, even with the recent pharmaceutical laboratories that we have right now, they have a fail-safe for that. Okay, droplet and airborne possible contaminations. Yeah, if it's going to be an issue with the ventilation system, they would usually seal off that segment of the ventilation too.
That's correct.
But apparently around here, oh my God, we can close every door around this block, but the ventilation system, oh no.
Yeah, but
your ass is bad.
This happened on Earth number 37. On Earth 1, this makes common sense what you've just said, but they're living on Earth 37. You know, where this doesn't exist. This common sense,
which to me was so asinine. Like, I mean, who's the contractor here? Like the same person who did the Death Star, apparently.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that happens on Earth 37. All the stupidness. So yeah, that's how I justify
it. Because out of plot convenience, maybe. Even in our hospital facility, like if we have an infection, like an airborne infection, yeah, we have a separate ventilation system for that room. It doesn't connect to the rest of the hospital. So, and this is 2002, and I'm like, Joe, it's 2002. Maybe the architecture is not there yet. Maybe the engineering is not there yet. That's bullshit. All right. Out of everything else, okay, this is a biochemical pharmaceutical company, and that's thing that they neglect to do. That I call bullshit in that. All right, another what the fuck. Okay. When she woke up during on the hospital on the isolation room, and she was able Milla was able to open the key lock door with an IV cannulation needle. How the fuck did you? I mean, and this ain't Jill, okay? This ain't Jill. All right, I know you're gonna say that. She ain't Jill, okay? I mean, she ain't all that, okay? A secret martial artist, sure, I'll give her that, okay? A tech wizard, sure, I'll give her that. Even locking doors too. Why would you even put the key lock inside the room? It should be outside the room. And if there's anyone who's supposed to be controlling that room, it should be on the monitoring side of the monitoring side of the room, which apparently no one's minding that room. Yeah, the control room, right? Why the hell? Why the fuck do you have a key lock mechanism inside that room? Anyway, those are just for me. Anyway, so back to you, Cersei. Ranting.
Okay. So I was looking up some information right now, and let's see, some interesting stuff. It says that the version that airs on U.S. television is edited for time, and they remove the scene where she's fighting the dogs completely.
That's
crazy.
The cruelty to animals, isn't it? That's why.
But the pubes are there. But the
I-
pubes are there.
they might still be there, but there's this
Mm.
part that I think that Sir Joe might find interesting, because it said between 2002 and 2003 there was a VHS of a work in progress version of the film making the rounds, the same which was shown at test screenings of the film titled Resident Evil Genesis, which is also the title of the novelization of the film. It was a full uncut version of the film with extended and additional scenes, more gore, violence, nudity, and which in the final product was cut for the R rating. It says including a full sex scene between Alice and Spence, and more graphic nudity from her in the opening bathroom scene and the hospital scene in the ending.
I don't care about that. Does it still does it include the scene where James Purefoy gets the bag onto the train? That's what's important to me.
It says right here.
Mm.
It says, Sir Joel, no, it does not.
Then it's still the pointless. Then okay.
I was aware about the sex scenes because obviously you see little clips of James Purefoy and Alice banging in retrospective in very short clips, and I was also aware about the graphic nudity because you see she at the end you see her in this very very low cut garb thing, and if you look close enough you can zoom in and see she's not got nothing on underneath. But anyway, that's another story. You can zoom in if you got the disc you can see her bits and pieces there's a little frame where you see it, but it was very short and it went through and it's not a big deal, but they were very risque with it. But I know why they cut it out because they wanted to have an R rating, and in all fairness it's NC-17, I think that's the much more extreme rating. If there's that sort of nudity, but R rating, they get the punters in. And in all fairness, that a lot of these R-rated films, I think they're not in vogue anymore because people that obviously you want to get PG-13 because you get more people going to the cinema, more movie tickets. The money's in the PG-13. You see this with new Predator Badlands coming out, it's PG-13. When really you'd rather have more violence and stuff and it be a proper R rating. But hey, what can you do? But I can understand why they went the route they did because they want to. Obviously, they're in this business to make money. 30 million for this film is actually quite a low budget in my opinion with the talent that they got in there. I thought that was actually really good, especially with the set design. The fact that they made 130 million on it is actually a really big achievement. So props to the marketing team because this film was heavily marketed. I remember knowing about it, not because I played video games then, but obviously we're talking 2002, wasn't it, when this film came out? And that was a time when the internet wasn't as big as it is now. Yeah, there wasn't social media hadn't taken off. YouTube was in its infancy. Google was sort of a thing, but in terms of television and marketing and advertising boards and things like that, I remember seeing in London this thing was all over the place. I don't know about which regions you live in, but the marketing for this film was very well done, in my opinion. That's what made me want to watch it. Obviously, I like video games and there's that, and because I was with a bunch of nerdy friends at the time who love Resident Evil, we all just went to see it together. So there's something like that, but I'm sure that might have been probably the case with you guys, if you did see it in the cinemas or if you saw it on video later on. But they did. I think the series has obviously lost its sort of drive after this because the other films weren't as heavily marketed, but they did very well anyway on the back of this film. Because whether you like the Alice story being added and not being canon to the sort of video games or not, I think people can appreciate it for what they did with the story and the way they sort of continued Alice's sort of Resident Evil story. Obviously, it's ended now. There's been six movies and that's done, and now they're going to sort of restart a Resident Evil franchise again, which I personally am looking forward to because I like this. I mean, it's dark, obviously, but I find it interesting. I find the lore and the motivations to this really interesting, albeit a bit far fetched. That this one organization, but basically it's a huge disaster. This one organization got away with this sort of thing, and you sort of see corporations being bad in films before. This isn't a new thing. Obviously, you see it with Weyland-Yutani in the Alien films. You see it with, OCP and RoboCop. You can see it in. I mean, I can name so many films where you get organizations which are really the bad guys, and how there's no ethics within these organizations, and they should be attributed. And there's a lot of truth to this in modern society. That's why it's relatable. There are organizations, they can't be trusted, and they do need regulation. That's something that I strongly believe in. And I can tell you all sorts of case studies about companies you think are clean, but they've done some really terrible things. I'm looking at Nestle and the Ford Motor Company, for example, and the things that they did, but I'm not going to elaborate. But I think that whole idea of one corporation being bad because they're not regulating, they're so powerful. They're so powerful that they can get away with doing whatever they want. I think that's a really interesting idea when it comes to storytelling, not just in video games, but in films generally speaking. And I think it's something that will always be brought up in cinema because it is a contemporary issue. And I think it's an issue that will always be a thing to the end of time, sadly. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that.
There's this little piece right here that might be I don't know if you'll remember, Viraj, but because this is specific to you, it says some European cinema prints use a slightly longer edit of the security laser massacre, but it was not included in the video releases. Do you remember that?
I mean, God, it was so long ago.
Yeah.
It did feel like a long scene when I saw it in the cinema because I only saw it in one take when I went to see it. That take did seem a little bit longer, mind you, in the cinema. Whether the DVD print that I have is different to you, I don't know either. Maybe I've got the European print. So what is longer? What's missing? You know, there's I can only describe the scene, which is they went in there. Okay, Alice was in there because she was pretty much dragged in there by them because obviously they're umbrella agents, aren't they? Trying to sort of repair what's going on. Then one guy dies, and then the other person dies and tries to leap over that bar, but then it goes down, it cuts him in half. And then obviously the other person gets diced. I mean, what more of the scene is there? There's 3 people that die in there, and that's it. Unless there's something that I'm missing. Like, does it really matter? Like, I don't know. I'll have to watch that sequence again on YouTube or whatever to see what the differences are. That's if I really care that much to want to watch that sequence again.
The Asian girl died first, and then the Hispanic guy died second, and then the black captain died last.
When the Asian girl dies, I feel like the laser doesn't line up to how it's supposed to cut her, because her chin is kind of slightly down, but somehow the laser cleanly got her whole neck.
Got her neck. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if she. Oh my God, the laser's coming up. Oh no, the angle's wrong. Let me adjust it a little bit by looking up. Okay. How about clear shot? Somebody messed up with the lasers. Okay, I'll look up a little bit so I can.
A point I want to raise very quickly because we haven't touched on this. What to you is the most terrifying aspect of this film when you watched it the first time? We'll start with yourself, Jose, and we'll go onwards. And I'm hijacking your show, but whatever, man. What terrified you the most in this film when you watched it first time?
The acting.
Okay, fair enough. There's that aspect to it. Some of it was a bit hammy.
I don't know if there's anything that terrified me, really. You know what I will say that I noticed watching it so many times after is that was kind of scary was that guy's sister that was inside working for Umbrella. Mm-hmm. She literally looked the same as a human as a zombie. Yeah. She literally didn't her the fucking big ass eyes she just looked hella weird.
Yeah. Well, it didn't look like she suffered a bad death, because of the fact that it was just asphyxiation. The others were torn apart and everything like that. In her case, she just suffocated. So that's why there wasn't all that much damage on her yet. And
her makeup was so thick.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Sorry,
no amount of virus will get rid of that makeup.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, the terrifying aspect was, that liquor that's on the ceiling, and then like you got a gun, but these things move so fast. You're not going to shoot him. You can't kill him. You know what I mean? I just imagine that's for him. Yeah, right. If you try to you couldn't kill it, and then I think with me in my mind, it's okay, I can kill a zombie. I can take a zombie out, man. If I've got a gun, I can take down the dogs. Yeah, but that liquor can move fast, man. You know what I mean? And you're dead. That thing was you saw that guy looking up at him. He's dead. Even he knew he was dead. Yeah, he knew I'm gonna die, and that was it. And he was just getting chewed up on camera, and you saw it. But he deserved it because he's a bastard. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, all right. I think, oh my God, this liquor is kind of these things are terrifying in that regard. But that's all I will say, which is a bit, oh my God, forget that. It's in my mind, I'm could I take him? Could I have him? Could I take him out myself? That's what you think sometimes. But no, the liquor will kill me, man. That's the truth. Yeah,
calling this movie a good video adaptation is terrifying for the
He's got all these innuendos, yeah. That's why you're laughing at when the liquor will kill me. What do you mean liquor? But these creatures, okay, a zombie you can run away from. You know, you see zombie movies all the time, but the licker is something new just for this film that you never seen in other film with those claws, and you're thinking, no, you're dead. That's it. It's game over, man. Game over.
And
That-
shove in the aliens reference. in
Yeah,
there.
game over, man. You know, that's scary.
So calling this movie a good or a decent video game adaptation was terrifying, according to Sir Chino right there. How about Sir Mark? What's the terrifying thing to you? According
Maybe it's the woman from the elevator.
Okay.
For me, it's maybe second of the most iconic scene for me from that movie. Like someone said earlier, how would you even fit from from that space? Also, what do you call this? The build-up was for me is perfect, and maybe that's it. The elevator scene.
all right. Who else?
Juan, let's hear from Juan.
Just to make a joke, being able to watch the movie with the lights off is is good. It doesn't scare me no more. But honestly, I mean, the movie, nothing really terrified me from the movie. I mean, because one, it's a movie, Hollywood. I would say the one thing that if I was to say anything about being terrifying is the fact of getting chased by a fucking pack of dogs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can run away from zombies easily because they're slow moving, but fucking dogs, that's pure speed. So and they can just lock their jaw and tear your ass apart quick.
That's true.
I suppose. If you're fat, if you're in the best shape, you can run away from the dog.
Well, I'm a big dude, but I got speed. I can haul ass.
Yeah.
I'm no fucking Tyreek Hill here, but I can hold my own.
You can outrun these dogs, though. Come on, surely.
Oh, we're running off of Zombieland logic then. Aerobics is one of the first rules of surviving a zombie apocalypse, right?
I can imagine, if a zombie apocalypse happened, most of the zombies will be fat.
That's true.
Can run away from them, and all of them are fat. So, I'm saying, all you guys who are pork chops listening to this, man, you better be going to the gym now, man.
And that's why I'm saying, fast zombies are cheating. 28 days later type of zombies, that's cheating. Okay.
That rage virus. I think they're the most terrifying zombies I've seen on cinema because they will get you.
Yes.
How about Sir Joel?
All right.
You know what?
For me,
so what Chino said really quick.
Go ahead.
Ran a white pit bull when he was a kid. Hey, if a pit bull comes running at you, the best thing to do is you fucking clock their ass in the nose, and guess what? That pit bull will turn into a bitch.
That's true. There you go.
Yeah. Serious. Now, we don't have pit bulls in this country, so I'm curious because we hear these documentaries from America about pit bulls being the most dangerous dogs out there. I think you need they're banned in the UK, or you need a license now to have a pit bull here.
Really?
I don't think they're allowed because of all these attacks. I think there was an issue here in regards to that. But you know what? I've touch wood. I'll never have any issues with rabid dogs.
Here in the States, pit bulls are fucking.
They're dangerous.
Ask Michael Vick. Michael Vick will tell you he fights them for a living.
Yeah, but they're the thing called bully dogs here. They're called bully dogs, which is basically a pit bull bred with. But
they're muscular. So they're trained as as puppies, and they're fucking just yoked.
Now imagine one of them bit with a T virus, eh? Jesus.
What do you do if Pitbull the Singer's chasing you?
Hey, that's when you put la lengua afuera.
All right.
That's for Raj.
Okay, so if there's anything that's terrifying to me, being part of this team.
Which team?
I would die first.
That team in Resident Evil? Yeah, I guess so. That's true.
If I'm part of this strike team, I would be the first one to die. I don't know.
But
that's terrifying.
Listen, mate, you wouldn't even be
because you're Asian. Okay.
You wouldn't even be in the strike team, bro. You wouldn't even be A-list enough. I don't act like you'd be even in there, bro. You know what I mean? Not even got the qualifications to be doing this shit.
See,
you know what I mean?
You know what? Because I don't have that much of a star power. I'm gonna die first.
First of all, let's be honest here. Yeah, realistically speaking, real world terms. Yeah. First of all, you're not a doctor. You're a nurse, so you wouldn't be qualified to be in this facility anyway. You'd be on the surface. Yeah. That's one. Two, all right. If you wouldn't even be in the first film, you'd be in the second film when the zombies break out and shit. Yeah, and that's when you would actually get taken out. That's the truth. You go. You'd be dealing with all the people that are sick and they'd be in hospitals, and you'd get bitten. That's the truth.
All right.
But
All right,
too,
first
I mean,
of all,
but he has
all right.
access to fucking needles and knives and shit versus like anybody else. Like, I mean, just go key card in, grab a bunch of fucking sharp objects, and
For me, I'll be alive, because I'll be in my train in a secure cab, man. And if anything, like if the zombies are on the track,
You wouldn't have anywhere to run in the train. You'd be screwed.
No, the doors. No, there's a secure door. No, I'll be in a secure cab in it, so there's like it's all locked down in it. Yeah, unless it's
All right. All right. Okay. First of all, fuck you. If I got bit, if I die and I got bit, I'm heading straight to you.
No, you wouldn't be able to catch me, bruv. You know what I mean? You'd be like coming at me at some slow pace. I'd outrun you, bruv. You ain't coming for me, bruv. You're done.
you're only gonna go.
I'm running straight at you. Okay.
You're the first getting it because you're a nurse. Like you're in the situation, you're gonna die. I'm just telling you facts. Yeah. If this is zombie outbreak like this, you're fucked. Bruv. That's it. I'm just telling you.
Well,
that
guess what?
scares you now, doesn't it? I'll put that thought in your head. Shit, man, I'm fucked. I need to look for a new vocation.
Being able to run away from the fucking zombies is one thing. You are going to be in a train. Guess what? You're going to fucking eventually run out of track. So
That's
what the fuck?
true.
You're going to stop, turn around.
Remember,
and go
you cannot go fast. Otherwise, it will go off the tracks. Didn't you see the movie?
So
That's true,
I
that's
know where I'll take that train because there's a special depot area where none of these fuckers can go. Yeah. There's a wash road. There's like places where I know that they won't be able to get to anyway. Like there's a lot of places on London Underground.
And who's to say that there won't be any in there already?
Or that they're not on the train already.
Yeah.
Have you watched Train to Busan? Yeah.
Train to Busan was a great one. Yeah, that was a good one.
So during World War II, like the British were very visionary in what they did, and you know Winston Churchill. There's a war room area. And underneath, there's a catacomb that takes it. There's an escape route he had, and it goes adjacent to my track. And there's like an emergency area there. That's where I'm going, but nobody knows about it. But us drivers.
Okay.
Training.
Well,
now we know, and everybody.
You don't know where it is, though. You don't know which stop it's at. I know what stop it's at. So there you go.
All right. Okay. As a zombie, you need to get out of there sometime. I'll wait. I'll wait for your ass.
He's got nothing but time.
I'll wait for your gay ass.
You'll be brain dead. You'll be brain dead anyway. You won't even remember me, man. You just want to eat you want to eat the closest piece of meat to you, bro. You're putting that in your mouth.
No, he's specific because he has all the time in the world because he's a zombie.
I have the time in the
He's
world.
gonna specifically wait to eat you ass first.
I'm gonna have some British curry.
Dark, it's grim. It's grim. But
Alrighty.
that is scary.
Thursday, go. Do you want to wrap this up or one more question?
Let's do ads before we go to final thoughts.
Okay. Let's do some ads.
How about Sir Mark? Go.
Final thoughts?
Oh, I thought we
Final
were doing
thoughts about
ads.
the movie.
I thought we were doing ads before final thoughts.
Oh, ads. Oh, let's do ads. Go. Oh,
Yeah.
let's do ads.
That's you.
All right.
All right.
We'll do. We will hear from the Umbrella Corporation, guys.
All right, before ads, everybody posts. Everybody posts before ads. What's up with that? Everybody posts before
We'll be
ads.
back. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from BitMap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fanbase. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people, almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book Using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history. Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation, like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamer Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. Right, thank you for that, StreamYard and BitMap Books. Okay, final thoughts about Resident Evil 2002 movie. Let's go with Sir Mark.
Final thoughts about the movie. Well, if you guys are into the game and somehow you haven't watched the movie, I doubt that. Well, it's a movie that is not faithful from the gameplay. Expect that. Also, it's one of those movies wherein, for me, it's bad, but somehow because of it's so bad, but it's somehow good. Okay. Also, I wish that there are also most of the time that they added more of the elemental aspect of the game, such as spade keys, green herbs, and such. But well, we don't have those. Yeah, that's my thoughts for the movie. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Mark. How about Sir Juan? Final thoughts.
My final thoughts. Even though we all might have our differences to liking it, not liking it, if you're a fan of Resident Evil, regardless, you're gonna play the game, you're gonna watch the movie. So everybody's gonna have their opinion, like I said, about liking it and not liking it. To each his own. For me, I'm gonna watch every Resident Evil movie that comes out, even to the last one that came out, the Welcome to Raccoon City. That was a better adaptation to where the kind of games lined up. Like they pulled a lot from the games into that movie. But that's that. But I will continue to be a Resident Evil player, movie watcher, no matter what they do. And if you've never seen it, go see it. If you've never played Resident Evil, go play it. And do it in a setting when it's very, very dark so it can scare the shit out of you.
Right. Thank you for that, Sir Juan. Sir RV, final thoughts.
I would recommend this movie to anyone, not only who love the Resident Evil franchise or just anyone who likes action zombie movies in general. It's a great film. It started a franchise. This now, how many movies now? So many. It's a classic for me. I love it, and I would recommend this movie till I die. It's a good. I know when it came out, it was good, and when you watch it now, it's a bit outdated, but it's still a good movie. I'd highly recommend it. I think I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
All right. Giving out the ratings right there. How about Sir Joel? Final thought.
All right. So for the movie itself, I would say as an action zombie movie, it's good. You go watch it. The sense of dread, the sense of something bad is about to go down around the next corner is there in the early part of the movie. And when things do go down, action is there. As a gamer, it is severely disappointing, especially for somebody who is going in there expecting Resident Evil per se as a Resident Evil, but not like Barrage says, the adaptation has to make concessions for it to be a good movie. And I completely agree with him on that one. But for if you are looking at the movie as something to be a full extension of the game franchise, you're going to be disappointed. Yeah, as a movie, enjoy it, watch it, see it. When it's one of those it plays in the background while I'm chopping vegetables kind of movies, preparing for dinner. So yeah, rating I would say probably about a 6 out of 10.
Oh, 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
How about Sir Viraj?
Well,
Final thoughts about the movie.
Well, look, it's
45 minutes.
it's
There
not
you go.
it's not it's not too it's look, it's a B movie, man. Let's just put it out there. It's not highbrow. I mean, it does have some highbrow elements, but it's not highbrow. Don't expect too much of it.
It's
It's
not
not the-
Citizen Kane. No.
Yeah, it's just a film you sit and watch and enjoy, turn your brain off and enjoy the spectacle of what it is. Obviously, it's dated now. Yeah, give it a go if you haven't seen it. Just give it a go now. It's so widely available. All these films you can get cheap in a bargain bin on DVD somewhere if you want to watch it, or you can find them in all sorts of places for free. So just watch it. Just give it a go if you want to pass the time. Whether you're a fan of the franchise or not, and whether you play the games or not, I think there's something in it that you'll enjoy. But yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 as well. I agree with that. I'm sorry, Joel. I think what it is, and that's it. I think there are actually. What I think is really weird about this, I just want to put this out there very quickly. Some of the sequels are better than the first film, and just how they're edited and how the story's been told. But that's just my thoughts on that. My own personal thoughts. Everyone's going to have their own opinions to which Resident Evil out the 6 films that they were made in this canonical franchise is better or worse. And they all have their strengths and weaknesses. But I think it's a lot of fun. I think all 6 of them are quite fun to watch personally. But yeah, give it a go. If you don't like the first one, don't watch the rest. It's as simple as.
All right. For Jomar, who is asking what 6 out of 10 as a rating, there are very few ratings, Jomar, that movies that
stars.
give it a 10. Get a 10 out of 10 for me.
3 out of
because
5
the fact that-
stars.
yeah, for me, it's 3 movies that get a 10 out of 10 are Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and Galaxy Quest. Those 3 movies. Yeah.
Galaxy Quest. I'm not even going to knock you for that because I love Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are we reviewing Galaxy Quest?
Godfather, they're 10 out of 10. So I can't believe that.
Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Galaxy Quest. Those 3 movies are 10 out of 10s for me.
Thankfully, my dear, I don't.
Okay. In my case, I think I remember reading this on a forum, and they said if you're going to if you're going to squeeze in Resident Evil, the first movie, between the events of Resident Evil 1, the game, and Resident Evil 2, if you in the so this the events of the movie happen somewhere in between those games, and I'm like, okay, that's a kind of a fair assessment considering the timeline, but my counter argument would be that as it may, it does not change the fact that there's a non-canon character in this movie. I mean, in the franchise. I mean, was not even mentioned anywhere in the games at all. But then again, you got Resident Evil Gun Survivor, some of the spin-offs that not necessarily part of the canonical characters, but still, if you're going to, that's a counter argument to that counter argument per se. Anyways, I have a better appreciation of this movie now that I rewatched it because, like I mentioned before, watching this movie back from the fever pitch of the games back in the late 90s. This came out in 2002. The first reaction would be, what the fuck, right? But knowing what I know now, with all of the lore that we have right now with the Resident Evil movies, and from what the games, for what I can tell, this movie is a little bit more palatable to me now. If I if I accept some of the things that they've done here and some of the things that they wanted to do without doing some of the iconography stuff that I wanted to see. Okay, so they had to sacrifice a lot of things just to create a good, cohesive story, somewhat. But then again, even I can tell that they had they cut a lot of stuff in here that that the pacing and the editing was a little bit on the iffy side, like Sir Joel mentioned earlier. Okay, so for what it is, for what it is, maybe a passing grade, 3 weeds out of 5, 3 herbs out of 5, maybe.
Okay, fine.
3 herbs out of 5.
The green, blue, and red.
How about
Sir
Jose? Go.
Yeah, when I first heard of this movie, I was very excited for it. Watching it, for the first time, I loved it. Even though it wasn't super closely like the game, like one for one, I still liked it. I only ever recognized the 2 actresses, Milla, from The Fifth Element, and she was in Zoolander before this too, and then Michelle Rodriguez had just done Fast and the Furious a year or 2 before. Everyone else, no idea who the fuck they are. But it was a good movie. The soundtrack to me is really good. The score is really good too. It's done by Marco Beltrami and Marilyn Manson. So good. Soundtrack, weirdly, it's, even though it has the parental advisory on it, it's still censored for some reason. I don't know why. That always bugged me. But the movie's really good. The games are really good. Play and watch both. Honestly, for me, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10.
What?
Oh, really?
Okay.
Don't
clap at it, yeah? I want to know why.
It's the pubic hair, okay? It's the pubic hair that pushed it to 9.
I mean, a 9 out of 10.
The pube pushed it to 9, god damn it.
Listen, yeah? If that's 9 out of 10, all right, we'll talk.
But a 9 out of 10. So I mean, you can look at
it's his opinion.
Look at it that way too.
Opinion, I'm like,
you've never played the games and you literally watched the Resident Evil movie for the first time.
This is the same guy who gave high praise to Mortal Kombat 2021 and not on the 99
film than Resident Evil. I'll fucking say it now, yeah. I'll die on that fucking hill. Mortal Kombat 2021 is better than Resident Evil. All right.
Sarah Jose will die on that fucking hill too.
Mortal Kombat 1995. All right.
It's just like I'll die on the hill that Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within
is better.
Is probably the best Final Fantasy movie out there compared to the other 2.
I've not even seen the other 2 Final Fantasy films. I've only even seen Spirits Within because it was on TV one time and I thought it was shit. So
Sir Chino begs to disagree about Final Fantasy.
Well, Sir Chino's like, Sir Chino's cooked, man. I've seen his comments in this chat. He's been going on about Tomb Raider and Mortal Kombat. We're talking about fucking Resident Evil. He's talking about something else.
No. It's still related. Somehow video game movies you have to compare anyway. So
yeah, I mean that's true. What do you compare it to? Other video game movies? That's where's the mark, isn't it? And I suppose you have a point. And it's really interesting because I think video game movies have only really gotten good since Detective Pikachu, Sonic, and the new Mario movie have come out. They've gotten really good and they've raised the bar and the standard of video game movies. I'd say video game movies from that point onwards have gotten better. Whereas even when these Resident Evil movies came out, I think even the filmmakers knew we'll have these elements into it and it will be a product that people will watch and enjoy, but it's not going to be like a seriously good film. And I think that's the case with Resident Evil.
Nobody shows appreciation to the Super Mario Brothers movie and Street Fighter. Come on, like the original Super Mario Brothers movie, not the new one.
We need to watch that one.
Yeah, agreed.
There you go.
They're shit films, yeah. Listen, they're shit films, but I can enjoy them for what they are.
Are we gonna review those too?
Shit, but you enjoy them. I get what
Remember this gig? I didn't even like the Wizard.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wizard, yeah. The Wizard was shit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest there. It had its elements in it. It was a shit film. I'll watch it.
Let me ask you, Viraj. The Goonies. Opinion.
I love the Goonies.
There you go. Okay, the Goonies is good. So he redeemed himself. Okay, there you go.
What the fuck? Everyone loves Goonies.
You know what? I don't really like that movie.
Well, you don't like the
Okay,
Goonies.
there you go. We've got
What? You don't like the Goonies? If you don't like the
No.
Goonies, you're gay. All right?
Oh.
You don't like to be gay if you don't like the Goonies, man.
Oh, he would
What
know.
is it?
Anyway.
Yeah, he would know. He's the pro at that.
Yeah, well, on the price.
Oh, hang on. Are we doing? Are we also reviewing Super Mario movie?
Yes, we
No,
should.
no, no.
I
We
could-
should.
Yeah.
We did
I
that
do it.
already.
Do it.
Sir Chino. Sir Chino, we're inviting you to do the Super Mario movie with us. Okay.
Yes, open invitation to Notch.
Hang on now,
Always an
we
open
already-
invitation.
We already did the Super Mario Brothers movie. Are you talking about the old
Oh
one?
no, the
The
first
old
one.
one. Yes, the
The
first
old
one.
one.
The real
The
one.
one with Bob Hoskins
Yeah.
The one with Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
and John
That's
Leguizamo.
gonna be a review.
Leguizamo.
This is us dissecting that film and just talking about how shit it is. But even though it's that shit, we still enjoy watching it if it's on TV.
Oh yeah.
Because it is a spectacle to watch and think, okay, what did they do wrong here? But it's one of those films that's so bad you'll still watch it. And it's
It
the
was a
same
great.
sort of thing.
It was a great story of how it was made too. I think we read that in Console Wars, right, Joe? By
Yeah, we
Blake
did.
Harris. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. That was a cool story. All right. Good.
Alright.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's the
seriously,
episode.
I agree, John. 9 out of 10 for the Resident Evil. I don't know, man. But anyway, he likes it. There's worse films that he could like.
Yes, he is entitled to his opinion. The same
He's
way you
entitled
are,
to his-
Raj. Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, we're not shitting on you for liking and disliking.
Listen,
your own.
yeah, I think some of you need to be institutionalized. You're allowed your opinions, but I think
Here, look, I'll show him something that'll make him not be as angry. No,
Yeah.
look, you'll like this because you missed it.
Oh gosh.
There you go. Yeah,
got it.
Viraj missed it when we were doing show and tell. Viraj wasn't there, but
Oh,
yeah.
you got it. You got it. Okay, I got. You got it. You got
Okay,
it.
all things are forgiven now, apparently.
All right, all things are forgiven.
Oh,
Yeah, there
geez.
it is. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. But Jose
That's
has the
okay.
superior version. He's got the Xbox one.
It's all the bloody same. Don't it?
Yeah.
It's a
It's all the
game, like, piece of shit. My load times are quicker than his. Anyway.
Oh,
Oh, so that goes both ways for Viraj. Anyway,
yes. All
all
right.
right, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. That's the episode, guys. That's our discontent review of the Resident Evil 2002 film. Okay, let's just proceed with our shameless plugs. Let's start with Sir Mark. Where can they Resident Your Evil?
Hi guys, you can catch me at Facebook and YouTube. You can just search One Up Quest. So follow me there. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Mark. And how about Sir RV? Where can they Resident Your Evil?
Oh, you're Mark. You're muted, bros. You see it.
You can catch me on YouTube under the name Retro Vibes, and I'll be mainly doing like WWE wrestling content. So there you go.
Thank you for that, Sir RV. And of course, Sir Juan, where can they Resident Your Evil?
You guys can find me on YouTube, Instagram. I have like a link tree to my my Discord with all my stuff, and it's under the Raiders.
All right, sir. Thank you for that, Sir Juan. Sir Viraj, where can they Resident Your Evil?
You can find me on the Sega Genesis group on Facebook. You can find me on obviously on this show because I come here to clearly disagree with the members here of their stupid opinions half the time. But you can find me here. You can find me on X. As those of you who watch, I am Bygone Games. It's Bygone Games, so you can find me on my Discord at Bygone Games UK, where I buy all my collectibles are there, and I trade at the market. So next one will be the London Gaming Market on the 9th, and all my collections will be there. So yeah.
And behind the dumpster, apparently, behind the London Bridge. Okay.
Oh.
How about Sir Joel? Where can they Resident Your Evil?
All right. So you can always find me here on Timeless Gamers Show because of the fact that I do my very best to be on every single episode, unless life gets in the way. Of course, we do our we always prioritize real life. But yes, every single episode I will do my very best to be here, and you might be able to catch me streaming because I just saw the Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown drop season 5 of its of its content. So I might check it out, do a little bit of streaming on kick.com, on twitch.tv, on rumble.com, and hashtag FUFB. You'll never find me streaming on Facebook ever again. And yeah, very, very. You might find me also on the new streaming platform, streamer.live, streamr.live. It's a brand new streaming platform, very light, very quick, very easy to use. If you're looking for a brand new streaming platform that will be serve your needs in a very simple manner, streamer.live is the place to be. streamr.live. Check it out, subscribe, set up your new account. You might enjoy it. All right, back to you, Joe.
Thank you for that, Sir Joe. And of course, the captain of the Stars strike team until it was hijacked by that UK Vesker over there. Sir Jose, where can they resident your evil?
The gay tyrant. You guys can find me on all socials and all gaming platforms as Dark Gothic Fate. I also have the QCFP Discord, which did not post for some reason. Hold on. That also has a section for the Timeless Gamer Show for chatting, questions, and live notifications. And feel free to join.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Jose. And of course, just to whore out the show, our website, official website, timelessgamers.com. And then our email address for all of your messages, insights, comments, suggestions, insults, death threats, fan mail, timelessgamers.show@gmail.com. Okay, and of course, Spotify and all of the platforms out there where you usually get your podcast for the audio versions of our episodes. And that's it, guys. And on behalf of the rest of the crew, our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey,
Timeless.
There you go.
All right. See you guys again next week. Enjoy the weekend. Happy
Sir
Halloween.
Tino, Sir Jomar, thank you.